Now, here's a little story I got to tell about the two sides of life you know so well, the serious and the fun. Obviously, told by John L. Peacock and my boy Pete. They have a little podcast named Two Sided Pod. Don't leave now, it gets better after a few shots. For Brooklyn to San Diego, they run this land. The sheriff's posse's on their ass because they in demand. One lonely listener you might be. All of us together make a community, so get comfy, it gets bumpy with how PX. The show's about to start and my beer's getting flat.
You're listening to Two Sided, a live recorded podcast where each week I challenge Pete with a bit of the two sides of life, the serious and the fun.
Oh, John, you lovely, lovely human being. Woo! What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages? We are the Two-Sided Pod. We are here every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. That's right, that's 3 a.m. Greenwich Mean Sandwich time if you happen to be across the pond this week and this week only. That's right, folks. By next week, things will have changed. We will move on to the 4 a.m. time slot over there. So strike now while the iron is hot.
And if you don't, I mean, you missed it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. If you miss this 1 week, you're like, it was 4 a.m. the whole time.
well, we had to change it because we missed it. Anyway, good to see you, John. Good to see everybody. Anyone who's listening, we're live on the Stereo app, but we're also live on YouTube. If you can't catch us here, you can get us on all those, what do they call them? All those platforms, the Spotify, the Instagram, that's about it.
That's about it. Yeah.
The local Trader Joe bulletin board in your local neighborhood. Whole Foods. We're big in Whole Foods.
We're big in
I don't know, John. I think that's just a given.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Well, how goes it with you? Are you
It's going. I'm just setting up the 1 step forward, 2 steps back, man.
This is a beautiful pattern. It's a circle of life, really. You see a tadpole crawl out of the sludge that is the universe. Slowly, it grows a vertebrae, becomes an upright walking peacock that is then frustrated by all technology until it drinks itself back into a slug and crawls back into the mud which forth it came. From whence it came, John.
From whence.
Bow down! Anyway, all right, John, it's good to see you, buddy.
See you.
Well, now we're here. Well, thus far, I don't want to be seen a lot of the time, but on Tuesdays it's good. You know, especially when you're doing your whole cat burgling thing, when you're out on your nightly prowl. Right. Oh, you're taking the dogs for a walk? No, I'm prowling with my peacock.
Do we need to call animal control or the cops or?
No. It's fine. We're all professionals here, and everyone in the neighborhood is quite used to it by now. Everything's fine. Just don't look. Cheers, everybody. Don't mind that rustling in the bushes. It's just us coming to say evening. Bink, bink, bink.
Cheers.
Ooh.
Bazinga. Ooh. All right. Yeah. I think I can do this.
There you go.
I think I can. I thought I could. All right.
You guys just got to know the John's having the imposter syndrome, even though he's been doing this for 17 years. It's been 17 years, right? We're coming up on 17th. Yeah.
Season 3.
John.
17 years, season 3.
17 years, season 3. We don't believe in time zones or time frames or units of measure. or learning from our past mistakes.
No. Why would you do that?
Right? There's no point in that. There's no.
Okay. We're 100%. Hey, my boy Pete. Howdy. I'm John L. Peacock out in Brooklyn, New York.
I'm my boy Pete, just waiting to see what's going to happen in Southern California.
And you're listening to Two Sided, a live recorded podcast where each week I challenge Pete with a bit of the two sides of life, the fun and the serious.
Yeah, John, the me and the you, the right and the wrong, the yes and the no, the give and the take, the push and the pull, the ebb and the flow, the yin and the yang, the tie and the chi, the Pat and the tie, the Bert and the Ernie, the Barney, the Rubble, the Pat and the Rommel, the Ann, the Frank, John, all of the things, the Oscar, the Meyer, and everything in between, John. There are rights and there are wrongs, and we will get to the bottom of them this evening.
Which one is it? Is it Oscar or Meyer? Which one's right?
Mr. Meyer, if you're nasty.
My boy Pete.
Oh, good grief.
I'd like to start with this is something new. We've never done this before, but I'd like to start with a general check-in. Pete, how you feeling?
I'm feeling delirious, man. I'm feeling like your crazy is rubbing off on me. Like it is contagious. I feel like I'm doubting what is happening here as well. Like, is this a different, do I know, is this Invasion of the Body Snatchers and the weird person in front of me is not the weird person I'm used to seeing? It's just another crazy person that looks like you could have snatched a body from a living soul. I don't know, John, but I feel crazy now because I'm doing good. Good.
Fortunately, my boy Pete, we only heard that last part. The rest was in your head.
Shit. I'm having a real hard time making difference of the voices inside and outside. I tell you what, man, work has been a real fucking doozy. Woo!
Oh yeah, we can't leave the stereo app, right? So there's no possibility of us like checking in anything else on our phone.
No, there's no messages that can be seen. So any messages should not be sent in any phone ways because they are just utter distraction. It's like trying to call me.
Right.
Don't text either.
Don't text. Don't call.
Point, yeah.
And is that during our stereo episodes?
Generally in life, John. I'm saving up my annual bonus. I'm going to build a moat around my house. I got my eye on a drawbridge and some gators. I'm going to put in that moat, John. It's going to be a real not welcome mat, if you will.
You know, I heard the military changed it. It's no longer gators. It's alleys.
Boo, John. I'll use whatever words I want.
Well, speaking of you using whatever words you want, that's going to lead us to our first lightning round.
That'll be good. Let's get to it quickly.
Right on.
Never look back.
Never surrender. No, stop it. Stop putting that in my head. Everyone who's everyone, anyone who's anyone, all who are all, know that the first lightning round of the episode is always a standard Q&A. My boy, Pete, are you ready for the questions?
I am ready for the questions.
Fantastic. First question. My boy, Pete, what was your first favorite meal?
My first favorite meal? What does that mean?
Yeah, as a kid, like, you know, like growing up. Like what they give you for birthday because they knew you loved it so much. Even though
when we got hot gruel. Because most of the time it was cold gruel. And like if you were really good, they'd leave it out in the sun. So pretty good. Once I learned that there were different temperatures that sustenance could be ingested at, I was like, this is a game changer. Next thing you know, they're going to be saying there's different textures. What the fuck? Oh, John.
My boy Pete, second question. What is your favorite meal now?
It's the next one. Ooh, let's go there. You ever done that shit, man? Maybe it's only fat people. I don't know, but I feel like when you're at a place or you're like sitting down to eat, like, ooh, yeah. You know what place I heard about? Like, oh, the barbecue place. Or you're like, we're sitting down to eat Chinese. It's like that barbecue place, and you're talking about other food places while you're eating this food. Like, that's sick. I think that's a problem.
It's not that you're dissatisfied with the food in front of you. You're just now always thinking about,
100%.
Always be thinking ahead. Yeah.
100%. I'm like an Eagle Scout at the buffet. Like, never forget Golden Corral no, that was a different holiday.
Next question, my boy Pete. What is your go-to comfort food?
Liquor.
I mean,
fills you up, makes you feel better. Not only are you more attractive, good looking, but I'm strong as shit, John, and I can run faster than that police dog. Fuck you. That's not true.
My boy Pete, final question. Why do you think comfort food is a thing for so many people?
Because it's oh, dude, that's so easy. Because people, if you feel out of control in your life and you don't have control over anything in your life, like work is shit, your relationships are shit, all of your emotions are shit, this is one thing you can control. I can control what I hold on to, what I put in my body. This is why it's comforting to me. It makes me feel good. Horrible. It's just like gambling or sex or religion, breathing, all of those things. They don't, it's not true. You don't need them all.
Well, and booze, right? Yeah. As you said, your comfort food is booze. There was a joke in that, but there's a lot of truth in that. Not just for
100%.
you, not just for you, but that is a comfort that people go to, like chocolate flavored ice cream liquor, right? It's
hostages or whatever gets you through the day.
Yeah, it's all right. Whatever gets you through your life. Well, my boy Pete, raise a glass, lower your expectations, because we're jumping into our first segment.
Oh, golly gee, John.
Already.
I never thought. Wow. Funny. I guess we got some catching up to do, John. Cheers.
Cheers.
Pink, pink, pink.
Like, ow. It's my boy Pete. We're going to talk about meatloaf.
That's my buddy's dog. Best dog in the world. His name's Meatloaf. Him a good boy.
Okay, well, I guess this is a reverse segment. How old is Meatloaf, the good boy?
Meatloaf, him a good boy.
Him a good boy.
Him a good boy. Or him's good boy.
Him's good
Either
boy.
way, you
like
can.
that.
Yeah. I don't know how you conjugate in like on the East Coast, but around here, John, we have a way about things. He is 4. Actually, he just had his 4th birthday.
All right.
Yeah.
What kind of dog is he?
He's a Mastiff Husky mix. So he's like probably 70 pounds and has one different color eye. But he's short-haired like a...
Oh, the Husky.
Yeah. No, short. Like, not long-haired like a Husky. He's short-haired like a Mastiff.
Oh, I was thinking the one color.
Oh, the eyes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the Husky.
Yeah.
Just a good boy. And he would do anything, John, anything for love, but he won't do that.
No, he won't do that. So do you want to get into the recipe or baking times? Like where do you want to start with this?
Are you a ketchup guy? Are you a brown gravy guy? But I won't do
regional.
that. No, I won't do that.
I have a good one for ramen meatless with using Morningstar sausages. Or the patties, not the sausages, the patties.
Okay.
And ramen, and a packet of ramen.
There you go. Yeah, there's some weird regional foods, man, like that the chili spaghetti. That's like a Cincinnati thing, where it's like a full on, someone makes chili and then puts it on spaghetti noodles. Like, are you? Hey, whoa! What are you fucking doing with my pasta? Hey, you're messing up all the gravy. Yeah, this fucking guy. John.
Well, one of my favorite meatloaf recipes is the man who was born Marvin Lee a day on September 27th, 1947 in Texas, Dallas, to be specific.
There we go. The best meatloaf that ever was. Didn't age very well, but most meatloafs don't. And I'm going to go on a limb and say he was smothered in gravy more than one time, John.
I would expect so. There's a small but distinct possibility he might be smothered in gravy once again from beyond. But his
yeah. I mean, I didn't read the death certificate, but I'm sure there was gravy related. I'm sure there was probably a gravy boat somewhere close by. I would say look for fingerprints on the gravy boat.
Orvis Aday, the dad, he was a police officer. He was also known as a heavy drinker, well known in the little town of Dallas.
He was a real orifice. Jesus. Dad was such an asshole. No, he was an orifice.
Huh?
That's Mr. Day to you.
A day.
Good. Bless you.
So Wilma, he would leave Wilma, the mom, and his wife on binges all the time, leaving her son in the care of Wilma only.
He had to go work down at the rock quarry, and then when the pterodactyl quitting time, he'd slide down and then go bowling with the guys. John, I'm quite familiar with this type of story.
So he graduated somehow after a troubled childhood, and he enrolled in North Texas State University. It's now called University of North Texas. I don't know why they had to make that distinction, but they did. And then he dodged the draft. How? By gaining 60 pounds.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
That'll do it every time. Like, holy shit. The enemy can hit you from here, son. Jesus. A whole platoon can hide behind you. Hell. That company can hide behind your shadow, son. I don't know. Would have been great. I feel like all the people that dodged the draft that you know about I think it would have been a lot funnier of a war if all the draft dodgers had been put into a platoon, just one unit, like Hogan's Heroes or like McHale's Navy. Okay, you ragtag bunch of assholes. John, it's going to be... We're going to do a show. Is the next segment about draft dodging? Because if we start naming names, we can have a really great cast of characters, John.
Well, so he tried to fail the physical by gaining them pounds. Didn't do it. Still, they're like, yeah, we'll still take you. That's why he had to ignore the draft notice, because the physical always comes first. And he hightailed it out of Texas in 1967 for L.A. By this point, he had the nickname of Meatloaf.
Was it the 60 pounds? Was that what got it? Or did he gain the weight solely through consumption of meatloaf? That'd be a way to, I don't know, John.
There are different theories. We'll get to that.
Inquiring minds. Was he actually 60 pounds heavier, or did he just cover himself in a fine layer of meatloaf that he packed on every day and built a little more until it hardened around him like a shell? This is my protective shell. I am now a meatloaf.
Little body paint, you're good to go.
Right? I prefer brown gravy, but to each his own.
It's regionalism.
Yeah. I'm not going to judge you, but you are in LA now. So you might want to go catsup.
The first job he found was as a bouncer. That's 60 pounds actually did him well out in LA. And then he started his first band, Meatloaf Soul.
Yeah. It was actually the little known fact that was actually really what he tried to lose weight on. He said eating all meatloaf. He did meatloaf and a small fish, a small sole, a fillet, if you will. It's a surf and turf. It was the hungry man's surf and turf. That's what they called him, the old surf and turf. And he said, nope, we're going to stick with meatloaf for now. We're going to see how far this takes me.
Well, so Meatloaf Soul had many different incarnations and lineup changes. Even name alterations, but the band did eventually split up. But his first real success at that point was in the theater, where he landed this little part.
Did he get to keep his name when the band split up?
He brought the name in. He had already had that name, so he had it first. So contractually, copyright-wise, he got it.
Close one. Good thing they didn't get married. Ugh. They would have gotten half of him. He would have just been Loaf. Bullshit. There's no ring to that, John. No future in that. I would do anything for a career. I swear to God, anything for a career. And I will do that. Oh, yeah, I will do that. My name's Loaf. Here's my contact information on the back of this napkin. Please call me.
Well, he would have wanted to do like the King Solomon and just split it right in half. Atlo. I am Atlo now.
Oh, God.
So he landed this little part in this little new stage musical called Hair. Got him all the way to Broadway. He was in the first Broadway production of Hair.
Really? Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I've never been able to watch that play. My mom says it has nudity in it, and I can't see that.
Well, that led him to another theatrical debut. And this one's a little bit more known that he's a part of. It was the stage production of
Sound of Music.
I like the anticipation.
He was Maria. He was what?
I said I like that big pause. It caused a lot of anticipation.
It was such a good long pause that I became unsure.
Yes, that's right. Rocky Horror Show, the original stage production of Rocky Horror Show. He successfully auditioned. Yep.
Also, horrible movie, horrible production. We've been through this. You know how much I don't like that.
Well, we're talking about the stage production. That
right,
came
but
first.
it's the devil's music, John. You know how don't get me started. Not on I save it up for Sundays, John. The Lord's Day.
Whatever happened to Saturday night, my boy Pete?
Well, that's when I get the fever.
In the stage production, he successfully auditioned for the role of Eddie, as he's known for in the movie, but also Dr. Scott. In the stage production, that is a double cast.
Got to watch out for those dirty actors, always double casting you. I turned my back, he double cast me. I think you mean double cross. Well, he double cast me first, which was a total double cross.
We'll just briefly go by the movie that you hate so much. Tim Curry, Susan Sarandon, Barry Bostwick, and Mr. Meatloaf himself all did the movie version. So Meatloaf was the original Eddie / Dr. Scott, and took that all the way through to the iconic and immortal movie, because they still do shadow casts of it. Basically every night across the U.S. there is a shadow cast performance of the movie / live performance in front of it.
Just because it happens doesn't make it right, John. I can say that, and I think you can agree with me that a lot of things in the world are happening and don't make them right. And I think Rocky Horror Picture Shadowcast is one of them.
Wow.
Just saying.
Well, all that led to enough name recognition that he was able to get a little album out there 2 years later. So 75, the movie came out. He now jumped out of theater fame into more mainstream fame because of the unlikely and giant success of that movie, grossing 112 million in ticket sales over the next 3 decades. And he had this little album that came out that kind of jumped him into superstardom. My boy Pete, I know you know which one this is.
Isn't it the Bat Out of Hell?
It's 100% Bat Out of Hell, my friend.
That's right. That's a good one. That was a good one.
I actually re-listened to it. I knew the songs were long. I forgot how long each song was. Like Paradise by the Dashboard Light is 12.
Forever.
Yeah. It's 17 songs in one. Each song is
like
good, so it works, but like it is 17 songs in one.
I had enough time to prep my meatloaf that I was going to bake through his second and third songs. It was crazy. I think it's like the old if you played Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon right when Wizard of Oz when they get to the lion's roar. It's just like that, where it times up, where if you wait for Dashboard Light, once you hit on his first chorus, you start prepping your meatloaf and preheating your oven. By the end of the album, you have a beautiful, beautiful meatloaf. It's crazy. Everything he sings about seems like what I'm doing is like, you know what I'm doing. He mentioned breadcrumbs in that one verse. Like, I don't know.
So now I'm praying for the end of my meatloaf to be ready. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you hear it too, John.
Prep of meatloaf. Oh no, everyone hears it. Yeah.
Right. In the background, you hear the alarm going off. Oh, that's my timer.
Ooh, toast.
Toast. Oh, goddamn, dude. I tell you what.
My favorite song of that one is a shorter one. I think it's only like 6.5 minutes. It's 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Oh, I skip over that. If they're not 10 minutes or longer, I feel like he's just fooling around. That's like the filler music that they have on like CDs. It's like the intro and outro music.
Or like, I want to thank everyone who brought me here, with a little like track in the background. Yeah, right. And can I see? Yeah. And also, Louis Dubs, right?
Yeah. Fuck bad boy. Biggie, man, fuck all y'all.
Well, I want you, right. I need you, but there ain't no way I'm ever gonna love you. But don't feel sad, because 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Even reference in Mars Attacks. We still have 2 working branches of government, and that ain't bad.
You know what? I'd never caught that reference. That's a good call. Okay. Yeah. David Duchovny says that, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Jack Nicholson plays him in the movie.
Yeah. It's crazy when those actors are so good. It's nuts.
Jack Newsom's playing David Duchovny playing the presidents. Go.
Yeah.
And that ain't bad. So
it's all in his walk. You gotta wait for it. He totally embodies the whole. Go ahead.
Bat Out of Hell, over 34 million copies sold worldwide, made him a multi-platinum star. And there's some setbacks because a rift developed between him and Steinman, who was the writer of all the songs, because he was very frustrated and voiced his frustration over the lack of credit for the album's success.
Yeah, sucks to be you, man. Should have got a better contract. I swear, when you write me another album, I'll probably give you more credit.
Well, Meatloaf was like, I don't need him. He went on tour in Canada. He broke his leg, and he did the subsequent shows in a wheelchair. That kind of turned the audience off a little bit. I don't know why.
I heard he just did that to get out of the draft, just so he wouldn't have to finish the tour standing up. Are you seeing a pattern emerge? I did Vietnam. I got out of that one. I got out of the Canada leg of the 79 tour. I'm a big dodger of all sorts of tours.
He was a dead ringer and a dodger because he started a nice little drug habit, and his second album, Dead Ringer, was a major disappointment. And so his problems with lawsuits and the habit that just, got to feed the monkey, just compiled and piled and piled. He filed for bankruptcy in 1983.
Oof. Oh, Mr. Loaf. Mr. Loaf, how far we've fallen. Oof, oof, oof. We were once riding high, eating meatloaf. Like kings.
Well, meatloaf like kings. I'm sure kings, back in when it was first invented, they're all, yes, I want to have that thing. That's meatloaf. It's like a loaf of bread, but meat, a delicacy.
Anything's better when you can put it in the shape of something, John.
Oh, okay. I'll take that. Right, yeah, right on. Anything's better when you can put it in a shape of something, John.
Mm-hmm.
You heard it here first, folks.
It's not lies. I'm giving all truth bombs today. And that's also the name of our new merch line, All Truth Bombs Today. And that first little turn of phrase is our first drop in that line.
Yeah, right. So, 85, he did Bad Attitude, trying to come out of bankruptcy. Blind Before I Stop in 86. Both those albums were with mixed results. The real money came, which he needed because of all of these things, right? The lawsuit, bankruptcy, the drug habits, was the tour. So he was constantly singing live. And as we know, he sang himself out. He blew his voice and didn't have that gorgeous tenor that he had for so long.
Yep. Well, again, I think he probably did. He was just trying to get out of touring, John.
It's so 65 pounds, breaking a leg, and blowing your voice out as a musician.
100%. Right?
Okay.
Yeah. I heard he didn't even like the drugs, but the drugs were helping him do the tour so he could blow his voice out and then get off of it. It was all a master plan, John.
Yeah.
I'm just asking questions. It sounds logical to me.
Well, so the late 80s, not so good for him. But that writer who sued him and got a little money out of him and was pissed and like they'd never work again. Well, he's like, you know what? I didn't do so great solo. I made one album. It was okay. And so in 93, Meatloaf turned things around with a second little album called Bat Out of Hell 2, the sequel to his debut album, Bat Out of Hell.
Bat Out of Hell 2, Mulligan.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, Steinman was all in, wrote all the music, got full credit, obviously, and as the music writer, and therefore shared in the profits as thus. But the popular song that many people think is on the first one because it's so popular and the first one's a bit more, is what you've been saying all along. It was your very first go-to. I would do it. I'd do anything for love, parentheses, but I won't do that, end parentheses. And it sold more than 15.
Except on your birthday or maybe our anniversary. But you have to wash first.
And go slow. But it's sell more than 15 million copies. So roughly half, but 34 million and 15 million, that's still a whole lot of copies of only 2 albums.
Yeah, it ain't bad. Not too shabby for showing up and blowing your vocal cords out, 60 pounds overweight with a broken leg. Hell, if Meatloaf can do it, we all can do it, man. Let's all get out there and gain some weight. Scream at the top of our lungs. Fall down the stairs like you mean it.
It is funny that you mention it. He got out of going overseas for Vietnam and then did so many more tours than any of those other soldiers.
Yeah, the PTSD he saw was ridiculous, John.
Well,
the amount of things he contracted from those horrors. Oh, you can't say.
Horrors.
You can't say.
Horrors.
Yeah, that's what I said. You know what? No, I think you can say it. The Army said you can't say women anymore. I don't know if you knew that, but they didn't take anything else off the list, John. Horrible. Horrible.
He started acting a bit more in movies. Wayne's World in 92 and Fight Club in 99.
This is Bob. Bob has bitch tits.
Uh-huh.
Can we say? Yeah. His name is Robert
Zimmerman.
No shit. What is it? His name is something. David Duchovny, played by Jack Nicholson.
His name is Bob Odenkirk.
There you go. Exactly. and he played Mr. Nobody and in the Red Green Show. Which one was he funnier? Only time will tell.
That's right. And he did another collaboration with Steinman, Bat Out of Hell 3 in 2006.
Gloria Steinman?
Well, yes, exactly. Well, the illegitimate.
The writer guy.
Writer of Gloria Steinman's work.
Okay. We all have little skeletons in the closet, don't we, Gloria? Yours happened to be a talented writer. Good for him.
Yeah. That one didn't. It did good. It's especially name recognition. People probably bought it thinking it was Bat Out of Hell 1 or 2, but it didn't. It didn't meet the success of the others. Just salad wise.
Did you say salad wise?
Yes, salad wise. Yeah, each album has a good salad.
It was all iceberg, baby. There was no baby spinach, no kale. We didn't get any croutons or anything on this motherfucker. No tomatoes, cherry or otherwise. And don't get me started on the lack of dressing.
So he, probably to get out of more tours, had some health issues. In 2003, he collapsed on stage in London. Doctors later diagnosed him with Wolff-Parkinson-White syndrome, irregular heartbeat.
God, this guy is committed. Committed to the bit. What do you do next, John? What happened next? 2016,
back in Canada, Edmonton this time, he experienced another collapse on stage, and according to his spokesman, the singer recovered well. It was dehydration. It wasn't anything else. It was just dehydration.
Curious how he got to leave Canada so quickly, but then recovered once he was out of Canada.
And he lived a full life up till 74 years old. And on January 20th, 2022, Meatloaf has left the earth. Well, I guess he's now in the earth, but that's
man. What will he get up to next? What a shirker of duty. He's like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. Guess I'll have all my organs fail. Man. Ugh.
Well, they
stolen valor. I think that's what it's called, John.
He didn't get out of it. He didn't get out of it because right after his death, there was all these origin stories that came out about the name Meatloaf, because no one actually knew where the nickname came from. So many stories started coming out. So he couldn't even eat, no matter what he did, 65 pounds, broken leg, blow his voice out, collapse on stage not once but twice with his irregular heartbeat and dehydration.
You get my meatloaf out of your mouth.
So was it a gruesome car crash? Was it a adorable newborn anecdote?
It was actually rumor has it he watched someone drown, and that's what they made a song about. His name, nope. Couldn't tie that one together. Couldn't feel that one in the air tonight. Not at all.
So he offered various explanations for the moniker and even told The Guardian in 2003 that, quote, names and ages piss me off, so I just continually lie.
Damn straight. That's right. I'm saying, man, if they don't know and there's no basis and no one to follow up with, you're like a ninja. What if he was a spy, John? What if he was the ultimate? What if he was planted here by the communists to undermine the morale of the troops, and all of his shenanigans were to make us feel inferior to his musical choices and his monikers. I don't know, John. I'm just spitballing here, right? Because the real story isn't making a lot of sense to me, bud.
So let's throw a couple of big ones out there. With People magazine in 1978, he said at the time the name was inspired by his size while growing up in Dallas. The rocker said he couldn't remember ever weighing less than 185 pounds. Okay. There's Oprah. He did the Oprah Winfrey Show in 2016, so this is later in life, and nobody lies to Oprah, so this one is probably true. He said he was born bright red, explaining that the father told the hospital to put a meat tag in front of his crib because he, quote, looked like a 9.5 pounds of ground chuck as a newborn.
I think that's bullshit, because they would have named him Little Chucky.
Would they have?
Or Meat Chuck. They wouldn't have gone to the process of getting him, wrapping him up, taking him home, mixing him with egg, other things, baking him for the allotted amount of time, and pulling him out to make said loaf and said nickname, John. No. If he was Meat Chuck, he would be Meat Chuck moving forward. I doubt it. I think he lied to Oprah.
Well, I mean, he said, that's how the meat came. In that same interview, he told Winfrey that he received the loaf half of his nickname in 8th grade when he stepped on a coach's foot and he screamed, "Get off my foot, you hunk of meatloaf."
I'm going to go on a limb and say if he's still saying to Oprah, and he's on a roll, one lie is as good as another, so you can't trust anything he's saying. Everything about that Oprah interview was a lie. He was hopped up on goofballs, John. That was the height of his drug use. An addict can't be trusted. He avoided the intervention we had set up so he could go be on that show. We said it's not a good idea. It's all vanity. You're going to go to your head. You're going to be on another bender. But no. He wouldn't listen. Horrible.
So Piers Morgan live in 2011, he said it was partially born out of a Levi's commercial that said, "Poor fat Marvin can't wear Levi's." His first name was Marvin, and he also claimed that he changed his name from Marvin to Michael, which he legally did because of that Levi's ad.
I don't know if I buy that either. I think I'd like to see the documents, John. I'd like to see if they're doctored after the fact, when the change was made. Was it after the Piers Morgan show, John? Does he have a team of fix-it artists who are coming behind him, cleaning up the messes he leaves in his wake, John? I don't know.
I don't know.
Questions are being asked. Answers are not being given. We need to get to the bottom of it as a people.
Well, so, we continue with Piers as well. And he said, when I was a kid, I was so big. I mean, I was really big. I literally could not wear blue jeans. And when the commercial came out, he was around 6 years old.
Too big for jeans. All right.
At six.
Sorry, kid. We just don't make them any bigger than this.
Uh-huh.
We're going to give you a nice tarp to wrap around each of your legs.
So he said, I was called Meat, but people would call me Marvin. And after that, nobody called me Marvin.
Fucking when you ate the smallest one, that's why no one called you Marvin anymore. They were all scared to death of you, man. Holy shit. Marvin hungry. Eat the weakest one. Oh, God. He's hungry again. Maybe they would appease him. They'd bring offerings of meatloaf to appease. Oh, Marvin come from forest, hungry. Oh. The only way to stop him from eating villagers was to bring offerings of meat in the shape of loaves. Oh, meat make Marvin sleepy. Oh. Hence the name Meatloaf.
Meatloaf.
And he was tamed, John. I think we're onto something. I think this one makes a little more sense. That jeans bullshit. Marvin, they would have jeans for you too, sir.
The New York Times might have the best explanation. They said that Volkswagen was responsible for his nickname. Quote, Meatloaf told numerous stories about how he got his stage name, including one about a high school stunt in which he let a Volkswagen run over his head. Afterward, a child shouted, "You're as dumb as a hunk of meatloaf."
That kid wouldn't know anything. He has no frame of reference. Children back then didn't know about meats or loaves. They were a simpler kind. It was a simpler time, John. I don't think that knowledge was commonplace. Nope. Doesn't fit. If the story don't fit, sounds like shit. We're gonna pass on that one.
That's my favorite recipe, meatloaf.
All right. Well, John, the more you know, the less I listen. And I think we can all agree on that.
Uh-huh. We got a couple packets to pop. Let's pop those and move right along.
Sounds like a plan.
I do the fat people thing where I'm at a one place and I'm talking about another.
100%.
Well, I thought you were seriously going to say, when you sit down at a booth and it's all worn out because the lady before you's butt was way bigger than yours and you'll never eat enough to be as big as the last person in her seat, so you just fucking gorge yourself on everything. Shout out to the Two-Sided Pod. It's fucking John and Pete. If you didn't know, it's fucking Tuesday. This is the mid of the week. This helps me remember what the fuck is going on.
Hell yeah.
Not moon, not because of the tides, not because there's two sides to every flip-flop. It's John and Pete. John, I haven't seen your shirt yet. Don't message me a picture. I'll come look at your OnlyFans. Pete, man, you're looking fly as ever. Bossing it up, man.
saying, John, I don't know if you've been putting that out, though. Anyone shoot John a message in the DMs. He's now selling his used shirts as part of a fundraiser to get him more buttons for the ones that he's going to keep. So if you can support him, open your hearts, open your checkbook, and lower your standards.
What's up, John? What's up, my boy Pete?
What up?
Listener, first time chatter.
What up?
Box. Yeah, he said some of the booze and the comfort. I remember living with my brother. He like stressed out, work, school, this to the college. Have a beer, man. Beer. It's a coping thing, but
100%.
also that's the part of knowing your relationship with the alcohol.
Exactly.
Yeah, you have a relationship with alcohol.
Right. Well, just like the majority of my relationships, this one is also abusive. That came out wrong. I deserve that. I wouldn't dress like this if I didn't want it.
The part where I really want to be listening, but instead I flash forward to the inside of your favorite dog show, me listening to you, and you're on every fucking TV in the house. Say hi. These are the Smallies. Smallies! You guys, you're on the two-sided fucking podcast.
I love it. I love it. Who's good boys? Who's good boys?
Nice meatloaf reference there. You guys put ketchup on your meatloaf? Barbecue sauce?
See, I go a little...
Bits in your... Oh, shit. You were just really on and go, oh, shit. Or, that's white people think. Big bits.
That's what white people think.
To do my meatloaf with turkey. I know you guys are probably sacrilegious on that, but gotta maintain this girlish figure, boys.
Right.
Gotta, look
yeah.
for that. Hi. For the cameras, Always get your muscles when you're doing her from behind. Yeah, boys.
Bro, 100%. It's almost 2-piece season. You got to look good. All right. There's no shame in the chicken loaf. That was my nickname back in high school. They called me Old Chicken Loaf. That's not true. Could be. I don't know.
The room, the foundation, I see everybody's here, the Flossies and philosopher and muse lover, and I saw F Square up in this bitch. Two-sided podcast, you guys. Look here, I'm so happy to see you guys here. Y'all are an ever-recurring wet dream of mine that happens every Tuesday, except it's not a dream. It's half a dream, half not. I'm halfway in, halfway out, dimensionally traveling with my friend Ginger and his hypercritical mastermind brain, Pete. I'm just, in my mind. Because do you know how many poo-poo songs I sing as you're talking about making dinner? As I work hard, you know how many times I've said, good job for the poo-poo? Like, I make up poo-poo dances. I'm out here celebrating poop, y'all. Come on, you did so good to go back to bed. You did a boo-boo, you in a treat now. Yeah.
See? It's good puppies. It's good puppies. Hell yeah, Faith. Telling you. A little game we like to play called Just a Tip. What are we going to do tonight, John? Same thing we do every Tuesday. It's called Just a Tip. Faith Frequency. Shh, quiet.
The blog just to perfect my skills, When I said see? Did you hear steps coming up? John and Pete, everybody. Inspiration.
Hell yeah. Cheers, everybody. John, shout out to everyone. Raise glasses, people on the YouTube. They're appreciating your style. They say no buttons, no problem. I gave them, and Joey said, hey, I'm going to go like John with just paper clips and machismo. It's a bold move. It's a bold statement. It can only be pulled off with those with no care for buttons. Cheers. Bink, bink, bink.
Good cow. You're welcome for listening, everyone. That is going to lead directly into our next.
It's almost been a month, John. I can still hear his cries. I mean,
wait, what? You never told me about your cries?
No, I think I misspoke. Let's just move on.
Well, we're moving on. Well, this lightning round segment is one of your favorites and mine. It's the editorial dick, where my boy Pete is going solely off of thoughts and opinions, no facts, just off the headlines of today's news.
Well, folks, you're in for a treat, because being an editorial dick is kind of what I've been training for my entire life. I have a lot of opinions, and I've been waiting fucking all day to share them. Hey, can I yell at you about some facts I want to fucking yell about?
No facts. Opinions, yes.
Yeah, that's what I said, John. Everything in my head is a fact. There are no opinions. I work in truths. I work in finites. Man gave birth to baby. That's a fact.
Can I look it up?
Yeah, but you're going to get a lot of fake news. It's a fact. It's not an opinion, John.
Amanda Seyfried.
I guess we're going to have a difference of facts. Some may say opinions, but I say facts.
Well, let's start with the first headline, which is just a series of words, not necessarily a fact nor an opinion. And Amanda Seyfried got drunk with her grandmother at that legendary 2007 Mamma Mia rap party.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Getting drunk with your grandma, best move ever. Because number one, everyone's going to think it's hilarious and adorable. You're going to have great conversations, great icebreakers. If you're single, she's going to be a great wingman, wing woman, wing person. Oh, I believe it's a wing geriatric.
Grand winger.
It smells like possibility and Ben Gay, Grandma. Fist bump. Let's get some.
When she takes out her dentures, she's like, "Oh man, now she's trying to. She's going for it."
Now I'm helping her. Hey, you know what? My grandma, she's very spry. Brand new hips. They bend in all directions. I'm working your side, Grandma. Yeah. Here's the keys to the van. It has wheelchair ramp when Grandma gets tired. You can take her home.
Next headline, my boy Pete, Ukraine accepts deal. Says Rubio will take this to the Russians.
Fucking A, John. Why you got to be bringing shit up like that? I feel like, are we all not living in the same life? Is it because no one remembers the movies from the 80s? Did you guys not see Rocky 3? Did we or did we not beat Ivan Drago after having to train in the forest? They're the bad guys. We're the good guys.
Red Dawn, isn't that how we trained in the forest and beat Ivan Rocco? You said
no. That was when we were in Colorado, and the Cubans came over with the Russians. John, that's a whole different timeline. This was before, when we went from Philadelphia over to Moscow, and we didn't have any training facilities, but we had to make do with what we had, you know. running from the KGB in the snow, hitting trees, lifting logs, working out in a barn like you do.
You do. Like you Davidoff, really.
100%. So, no, it's not good. It's not good. It's not good. And the whole thing is kneecapping a whole country like that is just kind of fucked. Like it's great for us in a economic way, which is great if you're looking at just like, oh, how is this going to benefit my income, my pocketbook personally? Yeah, it's going to help. It's going to alleviate some of the shit that you would have to, $100 you'll see out of your pocket, maybe nothing, but it's going to be something that's going to be saved somewhere where they can spend money on more other things. And end of the day, it's a whole country of people who are never going to be able to be in that position to save any money, to have the whole government, is going to be handicapped. And if they're not being allowed into NATO, and now you're just totally open to now super powerful Russia, who we don't even go over there for boxing matches anymore, John. That's how bad it got.
No.
We have to get Dana White to bring him over here or into Saudi Arabia. I don't know, man. What are you going to do?
I like Dubai. It's got the indoor ski slopes in a desert. It's great. All right. Next
you would
headline.
burst into flames, John. You could never make it. I know you're like, oh, I'm from Arizona. You would never make it out alive.
Even that's why I said, oh, I like it's snowing. They create snow and a mountain inside. Like, I'm going you have straight there and only there.
You go out the hotel, burst into flames.
Beat the two deaths. And this is 3:00 in the morning. There's no sun whatsoever.
Yeah. 3rd degree burns. Well, I think I need to go to the hospital.
I think he got moon burns. I've never heard of that before. Next headline, my boy Pete. The Price is Right contestants reveal how much they got paid just to appear on show.
Hell yeah, John. Anytime you get on any show, anytime you're on anywhere, you'll get paid whatever the scale is for being on television. That is like your appearance fee. So depending on what your other fees are, if there's parting gifts, you're also going to get that on top of it. But yeah, you're going to get paid, but not great. It's like jury duty, but with fame, with a moment to shine.
There you go.
Hey, remember me? I'm the guy who pulled my nipple out on Jeopardy. Oh, you're the nipple guy. What up?
Oh, Jeppo Nip. Yeah, I remember you.
Yeah. Remember I drew 2 little balls underneath my final Jeopardy wager?
Because I got it wrong, and so I just, might as well. How much did he wager?
Right.
Balls.
Right. Balls. Look at that. You're welcome.
Final headline, my boy Pete. Disney scales back Snow White premiere as controversy surrounding film grows.
The whole thing, man, is just... I can't believe they've canceled... They canceled Catwoman or something that was already pretty much in the can and done and didn't come out. But then this had so many issues because it was cast with people or different... One little person and normal people. It had a different variation of dwarves, and people got upset about that, so they went crazy and now have this weird shitty animated thing, and which looks fucking awful, and they're still pushing that. Man, take a loss in a different place. This is not the reinvention. Ain't my Snow White. I didn't vote for that bitch. Mine is still sleeping in the forest. What's that? no, oh no. Yeah, fuck yeah, Disney shit, John. You're going to ruin it for me. You're going to make it weird, all gross and creepy animation. It's like I'm just saying, early Disney movies, if you eat a bunch of mushrooms and watch early Disney movies, they're super pleasant. They're really nice. You get through Bambi, the first part, you're good.
Yeah.
A little of the fire, but you're good.
Right. Yeah.
It's a good feeling. Though, just the graphics on this one, man.
When the one's
No,
just
thank
freaking
you.
out, that's the worst part for me. Like the birds. Like, you stay calm. I can't take it anymore. I gotta go.
I think you were in a different place, man. I think you took too much. Took too much.
You don't remember that scene?
When they came in through the
Probably not the best time to hit a slip. Anyway, it's when the pheasants were in the field, but they were all grounded, and the hunters were slowly encroaching, and one of them was just freaking out, and they're like, "No, don't fly, don't do it. I don't know," and it's all I'm not doing their voices because they're one, birds, and two, I think, female identifying. But I gotta go, and then just freaks out and flies up, gets shot, and the buckshot makes all the other birds fly, and then you just hear a whole lot of gunshots. It's like, holy crap, that one bird just got not only herself and a whole lot of others just because she couldn't keep it together. This is from Bambi. You don't remember this?
John, I was gonna say, are you that little bird? Is this a cry for help on a Tuesday? Are you not holding it together? Are you gonna take the rest of the flock down? Because so help me, when the zombie apocalypse comes, if you're losing your shit on the front line, John, we're gonna have to put you down, bud. We're gonna put you in the quiet sock. What's that? It's the big plastic bag with the belt.
Just over the head.
Yeah. No, it's raining. We want to keep you dry. Shh.
Well, that was a fun lightning round. Let's go to our short.
John, it's my editorial dick, and I'll do it a goddamn one.
Tell people what the short's all about.
The short, folks, is where John rings in a new topic for a new time in a new era. That's right, folks. In the third season of the second year of the fourth moon of the second trimester of the two-sided, the short is when John reads a headline from a single source, sets a timer for 5 minutes, after which we are done with discussing the said topic and moving on. It's kind of like me being an editorial dick, but more time to posture and build a soapbox. Really get up in there. So I don't know, folks. Should be good.
You ready for the headline?
100%.
Scientists uncover a massive gravity hole in the Indian Ocean, and its origins are more disturbing than expected.
Speaking of gravity holes, John, you're always bringing up this fucking gravity shit.
From the Daily Galaxy. Scientists have discovered a massive gravity anomaly beneath the Indian Ocean, revealing a hidden force deep within the Earth that could reshape our understanding of the planet's interior.
Okay, I have a few theories that I'm pretty sure are pretty accurate. Mostly all of them. I don't know if at the same time, but in turn, each one is more correct than the other. Possibly, it's an opening to hell. Could be that's where Atlantis sunk.
Mm-hmm.
Could be. It could be just a hole that goes to the other side of the Earth, and it turns into a little stream in Pyongyang, Korea. Like it just this is through the center of the earth, John. I think
from the Indian Ocean.
I mean, there's a few turns involved.
Oh, it's like Chutes and Ladders. It does. It's not a straight line.
Right. Well, think of it like on The Simpsons when you're going from the first floor up to the second floor and you see all the stuff. Like,
Yeah.
That's what the gravitational Indian Ocean water is doing on the way to its.
So this phenomenon has puzzled scientists for decades. It's a massive gravitational anomaly where the ocean surface dips an astonishing 106 meters lower than the surrounding areas. It's called the Indian Ocean Geoid Low, IOGL.
Hold up. So it's just an indentation.
Well, no. So the region experiences weaker gravitational forces than anywhere else on the Earth. And
weaker?
Yes.
But it's underwater.
Yes.
Okay. Is there gravitational pull in water?
Yes. The Earth's core is the gravitational pull because there's lead in there. Iron. There's iron in there. But
well,
churches,
it's unleaded.
Churches. They're small pebbles.
Docks.
So the anomaly may be linked to a mantle convection process dating back over 140 million years ago. This groundbreaking study it has provided the clearest explanation yet for this gravitational oddity. But it kind of challenges how we have thought of how the Earth's deep interior evolves over time.
I just don't think that's a thing, John. So you get to the deepest part of the ocean, and there's an area where, as you're going through the waters, you're like, I am exploring.
I'm exploring underwater, and it's pretty.
As you're doing this all the way through, and you get to a certain spot, you're like, wow, this is really much less gravity. We should study.
We should study this. Get out of the water, Dave. You're gonna get the bends.
I don't know how you can see that. And do you just fucking walk along the entire ocean and be like, it's heavier here. No, it's lighter. Do you think about what you were serving for lunch on the boat that day? Was your crew eating? Oh, you ate the fucking brick chili and cornbread? You're all going to be weighed down. Of course it's going to feel heavier down at this part of the fucking ocean. Goddamn idiots. Over on the salad boat, all their shit's like 20% lighter. It's just how you feel, John. It's your attitude, not your altitude. I said to the pilot, as he said, pull up, pull up. I said, don't be a negative, Nancy. Anyway.
Well, for the ocean surface, to dip the water, to constantly dip that much, a bit of a thing, right?
Yeah, but it's under the ocean, so
no, it's the ocean surface. So it's the water that's dipping 106 meters down that much more than the surrounding areas.
John, you didn't say that. Jump in, jump in, jump in. And if they said, we did it, dig it up, dig it up, dig it. It's nothing there. Keep digging, keep digging. Maybe it's Satan, could be Satan.
Well, this is an anomaly we are not aware of fully
what
until
if
just now. Yeah.
Hear me out.
Okay.
No, that wouldn't work. I was going to say, what if it's it's such a small area, and we're such a small planet and such a small Milky Way and such a small area that what if we're just a little spot in the pool of this eternal alien being, and that little spot happens to be where their cup holder is, floating above gravity, and it just happens to be pushing things down. That's what mountains are, and like volcano, anything is like where they're. That's not it, John. That's not it. It's magic.
Well,
Keep digging. Keep digging.
The Earth is a lumpy potato. Why gravity isn't the same everywhere is something that explains how the Earth's gravitational forces are not the same. This is the biggest anomaly, and only recently has it been discovered why. And we may or may not talk about that next week, or maybe at some other time. But that's the end of our short.
All right, but anyone who calls you a lumpy potato isn't your friend, John. You don't need to talk to them. You just keep your head down and keep digging. Keep digging. We'll get to the bottom of this story one day. So help me.
I'd rather be called a loaf of meat than a lumpy potato.
Hey, you call us those two things, we're fucking halfway to a goddamn decent meal. Give me 2 orders of your lumpy potatoes and the meatloaf. Oh, shit. You're out of the fucking meatloaf with the gravy, huh? Okay, I'll take the ketchup.
There you go.
But I feel like if it's meatloaf, no, I feel like I said I definitely want the meatloaf. It's more of a, okay, I'll have 1 order of the meatloaf. And how many of the lumpy potatoes do you have left? Okay, yeah, I'll have all of them. That sounds good. Oh, honey, we're getting meatloaf. Oh, I got the last of the lumpy potatoes, too. Okay.
This is an interesting person.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No,
You know,
not...
He got injured in Canada. He was from Texas.
No, we're not talking like... Yeah, but we're from the Midwest. You know, where meatloaf comes from. John, if you're going to name yourself after one of our galdang dishes, you should probably know where it comes from.
Well, I mean, you got me there, my boy Pete. Do you wanna have a little drinky poo and talk about our final segment? Talk through our final segment.
Talk about. Okay, I'm ready for that. I can do that, but as long as you never called it drinky poo again, that's it's pretty much travesty that should be punishable by flogging.
I won't do it tonight, but I can't promise that.
It's a rough road that I have to travel every Tuesday. 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. That's 3 a.m. Greenwich Mean Sandwich time on Wednesday morning if you happen to be across the pond. Or 4 a.m. next week. Doesn't matter. Neither here nor there. Bink, bink, bink.
Cow.
Cheers.
Because I think this will be an uplifting one. We're going to talk about the effects of positive touch.
Okay, I've heard of a good touch and I've heard of a bad touch. Oh, nope, can't do it. Everything was going to go bad. But what is a positive touch?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so I feel like this is like a preschool, everything I need to know I learned in kindergarten kind of a thing. Stay away from good touches. Only give bad touches.
Huh? You learned that in preschool?
I wasn't very good at listening, John. I have what they call a learning. I forget the name of the word. I have a learning.
You have a learning. I think that's actually what they told you. You have
I'm
a learning.
They kept on talking. I, again, tuned out.
I keep on lighting this again.
I don't know. I don't know what you're doing with your life, John. Your life choices, your style, characteristics, your tan line.
My life?
No, your light choices. It looks like you're running like a 70, maybe an 84 watt. I'd be doing at least a 120. I would be doing some backlighting. I would have toggle switches. I would have uppers, downers. I would put some laughers and some screeners around the top so you can get some trailer gold. You know, John, get the whole, just throw the whole department at it, John. And I know you got to go union because otherwise shit happens poorly, but it's going to be worth it. I think we get a couple union guys up here, start making changes. We get that all rigged up, bud. Your lights will be in order.
Yeah. Union guys, rigging.
I can't say anything. I can't say anything about your style choices. They don't give a shit, and they actually don't look much better, but they will get the lighting thing taken care of.
So anyway, we're going to talk about positive touch. The tactile sense is the first thing, real sense that develops. It is the one of the first and the quickest of human development.
All right, if we're going to be talking
eyesight,
about, if we're going to be talking about good touch, we should probably have a safety word because if things start getting too intense, that's how. Oh, it's not. So it's not like a
positive. So it's like being held as a newborn, a hug, a nice pat on the shoulder,
a mouth hug, a forearm against your trachea until you slowly black out.
Well, okay. Well, I mean,
I'm just saying, David Carradine was onto something, John.
He was receiving it. That's interesting because that's part of this. He was receiving it from a non-human. And all these things you said, if they are consensual and positively received, they fall into this category. So, yeah, sure. But human to human contact is different from human to non-human contact, which would be like petting an animal, which is different from human to non-living or not. It's robotic contact, and so non-organic, right?
Some real Japanese sex bot shit. Okay, weird, John. I don't like where we're going. I don't appreciate or condone of it, but I'm interested to hear what you have to say. Do you have any websites we can go to? Do you have prices? We're going to get a GoFundMe to go get one for research. And I say research very strongly. I mean, let's get to the root of this evil, John. Let's figure out where, I mean, this is, I'm sorry, I'm taking the words out of your mouth. You were saying?
Well, would you rather consensually have a human choke you out in a positive way that you are consenting to, or a machine?
Nah, man. That's the cool part.
Or a device.
When it's from out of nowhere. You got to have, that's why you have your machine programmed to spring out of the bushes. Like, I like to be choked, like at the supermarket, in church.
Like the Pink Panther, when he always had his buddy just like surprise him out of nowhere.
I mean, kind of like that, but a lot cooler, and with robots, John. Humans, they start developing emotions, and they start. I feel weird hiding in the frozen food section. Yeah, but the robots don't. So, John, no. Would I feel better getting choked out in public? Libraries across the city, in public libraries across, pretty much it's okay. That's what it's about. Literature. It's about learning and choking.
So
I like to do a read. I like to do a children's reading, and halfway through, I like to have a because I'm always reading about robots. You know what, kids? When the T-1000s come to get you, and that's when the robot comes in, chokes me out. The kids learn a lesson. I get a little something too. We're all better for it. Moving on to the next library, John. It's a nonprofit I'm running. We're trying to get 501c3 status. It's robots. Robot hands across my neck. It's a learning experience for the children of America about the dangers of AI and the sweet, sweet sensual touch of a cold, dead hand. Folks, if you like what you heard, if you can't believe that this is a real story time and there's a coloring book to go along with it, well, don't be afraid to click that link above our heads. Go to John's page and ask for coloringbooks.org. John, he'll know what to do then. Sorry, you were saying.
I fully agree with everything, but you mislabeled it. It was live robots hands across my neck.
That's right.
Because it's exclusively in the children's section of public libraries across the city. Live robots hands across my neck. Why? Check it out.
I feel like there's a question mark in there. Why? Well, there's no question mark, but when you type it, you got to dot why. You got to turn your head. Why? Why?
Turn my head on.
You got to feel the why in your soul, but you don't put the question mark, right? Like feel it, but don't feel it. So here you're, but you get it. All right.
Yeah, of course.
I do a lot of typing tutorials for how to emote. See my TED Talks for more. Sorry, you were saying, John.
All right, so I'm going on to sentence number 2. A newborn child has
Come on, buddy. We're going to get through this one. I feel like we're going to make good progress.
Yeah, well, a newborn child has its first contact with its environment, such as its clothes or its cradle. In particular, touch by the parents has been proposed to be important for the development, like the feeling of their touches on their skin, the feeling of tactile input when it's actively moving towards them, with an important impact of the child's development. And it's just like, if they're pointing their fingers at them, or if they're cradling them, if it's a positive touch, it has such a strong impact, where also, others don't.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, but there's a healthy medium. You got to give a little, how
like
do you know what good
Pavlov's
is?
dog? Are you talking about Pavlov's dog?
John, I feel like you're getting so upset. You were either hugged too much as a child or not enough. I can't figure out which one, but someone erred on that side because you're very reactive. Me, I was given the carrot and the stick, John. I was beaten aggressively on both ends. So I wasn't sure if I was coming or going. Everything was fine. Everything is everything. So John, there is no such thing as good or bad touch. All touch is touch. Hello, Father, and a punch to the face like, thank you. I appreciate seeing you too, Father. And a good swift one to the ribs. Like, that's how I knew my mom was home from work.
I'm still thinking of the carrot being on a string, and so it's like whacking you in the face while the stick is just beating you on the back, just on both sides, of whack, whack, and then boom, boom, boom.
No, you're completely have it wrong, John. We were very well off, and we were very literal in all of our metaphors in our family. So my father invested I believe it was the largest carrot farm in Northern California. And I don't mean that by acreage. It was actually a small plot of land, but it only grew 4 carrots at a time. But my dad would get them big as a stick. And then he would get a stick that was almost bigger and just take turns beating me. About 6 feet each, about 20 pounds. Just, oh my God, is that a stick welt? No, that's a carrot welt. That's a stick welt.
Yeah, the carrot's much more broad, being that big.
They're
a
like,
20-pound carrot.
What happened to you? It's like, I learned a lot of lessons this weekend. I don't know. How was your day? Oh, John, childhood. Am I right?
All right, sentence number 3. In particular,
And also, what are those fucking babies done to deserve any hugs? You got to get out there. You got to do your goddamn work. These babies are lazy as shit. Okay. Oh, yeah, you're upset. I'm upset too. I want to go to sleep. I'm hungry. I'd like to put a tootie in my mouth. You don't see me whining? Hey, I'm vaping here.
all right, if we must. Well, so let's jump forward to adulthood, right?
No, that was just me in the maternity ward when I was visiting my baby in Jersey City.
I know I'm actually in. I'm not supposed to be in here, but I think that's my baby. Is that my baby?
Oh, that's my little meat chuck. Look at him.
Look at him. But I got the meat tag. Go. There you go. That's not your child, and you just vaped into his face 7 times. Positive touch.
Hey, for $12.99 a pound, I couldn't go wrong with this kid, if you know what I mean. Anyway, if he ain't mine, I'd mark him down. That's all I'm saying.
At least call him Chuck.
So, sentence number 3. A positive touch can be as good as a wink is as a nudge is to a blind man.
Well, yes. Even in, so I was talking childhood, especially, early childhood, adulthood, being touched and touching others is central element of social interactions and social relationships.
100%. 100%. If I don't get a nipple flick like once a day, I don't feel human.
Are you getting it from a robot?
John, no, I prefer the human kind.
There you go. He's
I'm
not
just saying,
exclusive, people. He actually does like human touch.
I'm just saying, it's a very open work environment. No, that's the thing. They say that was. I learned that. I remember and it always comes back to me. Like my first girlfriend in high school was a freshman in high school, and she was a junior, and she was like into psychology and all this stuff, and like trying to like get an AP credits and gonna do all this stuff, and like she talked about like people need 15 non-sexual touches a day. And I was like, and I would always like, all right, well, how many sexual ones you want? All right, and I didn't. All right, come on, nice. You said sex,
right?
No,
yeah.
Shh, boop. How about if I cup your boob? Does that count? What about now? Do we win? Do you feel better?
What if I'm not attracted to you, but I cup your boobs?
Right. So I started honking everybody's boobs because I wanted to be, I'm a fucking supporter.
Right.
No, I'm
like, all touch are good now.
I am sexual. The thing is, like, that is the thing. They say all honks are good honks.
I think that's about birds.
See, this is where I get my hobbies mixed up. It's gotten me into trouble so often. Oops. Oops. I need to uncheck that spotted tit from my book and unhonk it and write some apologies.
So anyway, your point was 15, I heard 15 to 20 non-sexual touches a day.
Could I get 20 to 30? Nope, 20 to 30 going once, going back to 15. All right, I'm going to give you 2 non-sexual and 14 sexual. Nope, 3, 8. No, but John, I'm with you. Like, the thing is, I get that, right? And all the jokes aside, there is something to be said because when you're meeting someone the first time, like, and this was all, things are different now, though. Everything's kind of a little bit different after the breakout from being locked down.
Right.
You used to, like, when you'd shake hands with someone, you'd get their forearm or you'd get their shoulder, like a more embrace, or like, and then you come and touch them, like, hey, how's it going? Or like put a hand on the shoulders, you come up, like, pat someone on the back, or now it's like everyone kind of keeps their hands to themselves. unless you're honking boobs, right?
Right. Wait, no. Keep going.
I don't know where you live, John, but I'm just saying it's very difficult now to touch people, even when you know that, like your friends and the people, like, hey, what's up? Like there's a lot of fist bumps with a lot of, and that's like your positive touch, which is like, man, get that shit out of here.
Right.
That's what I do with strangers, right?
Okay. You want to elaborate on that?
No, I mean, you'd never, if you're not feeling like you want to engage with someone, I'm not going to engage with them. Like, hey, what's up? How's it going? I'll bump anyone. Like, hey, thanks. I'll keep on walking.
But fist bump. You'll fist bump anyone,
I'll fist.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, I will fist. Have fists will travel. Have that as a t-shirt too.
I will fist and or bump anyone.
Right. I got fists if you got bumps. Saturday Night Fever every Tuesday night. Worst. Gross. But at that point,
yeah.
Even my close friends, I'm like, there's not a lot of hugging, a lot of, and that's even for me. And I'm like,
Right. Well, I mean, we're conditioned, right? Major
100%.
Social pandemic traumas can shift in many people.
Right. And it's, I mean, I would say we're contagious, but also a society as a whole is conditioned. You and I are contagious until we get those results back.
Right.
We never should have gone to ground zero, bud. I told you we would have gotten better pictures with the suits on.
I couldn't see the screen properly. All right. So social touch is a mechanism for beneficial health effects of these relationships. This is exactly what you're talking about, right? This shift is kind of like there's something off, even though you're participating in the removal of certain positive social touches. A hand on the shoulder of your friend, hitting someone in the back of the shoulder as you're coming up, as a friend who's like turns around and is like, oh, it's you. And there's like, it is a positive thing. If you do it once, they're like, don't do that again. All right, that's different. But it's your friend, right? And if you do it to a stranger, well, that's kind of odd. But like, if there's just met them earlier in the night, you're like, hey, it's you. Let's have a shot. They're like, oh, all right, hey, shot, all right. Yeah. And there's something positive in social interactions, in social relationships from that.
Or, yeah, like, sometimes late at night, you pretend to be a robot, hide in the bushes and choke someone out. Pretend, it's like, beep, bop, or, I think.
It's the robot hands. Do they feel like yours when you're in those libraries with the kids? Do they feel surprisingly like your own hands?
This is why you got to bring the children into it, John. It's not a time or a place for that. We're in the
where you got this robot from.
We're in the adult section of the library, and my Japanese companion robot ship ownership for my nonprofit research is neither here nor there.
Is this self-robotification?
We can't handle any more robot aggression at this point, John. We're at a fragile state with our understanding of the AI society. And John, I don't think we need to bring any more suspect behavior into the world. Right? So that's why from now on, I'm not going to tell you any more about my library readings with the robots. I'm just going to do the Lord's work silently, like Mother Teresa would do.
Live robots, hands across my neck. Some of the intimacy touches have been ascribed to as important functions during bonding, communication, and reward. And again, these are what you were talking about, the non-sexual touches, the touches of just like, hey, friend, or like, I hear you, I'm with you, friend in need, or hey, I'm gonna just, I'm listening to you, so I'm leaning in, and just a quick little that, and the
See,
person
John?
responds in tow, and that kind of, so it's like social relationships.
Social cue relationship. You're a sucker. You're gonna get robbed real soon in life, John. That kind of shit. Someone leans in, like puts your hand on your shoulder, and like, hey, how's it going? Like, oh, get your fucking hands off me. What are you doing? What are you doing? Get your hands on my pockets. Show me your hands. Fuck you. Yeah, dude. If they're coming in real slow, like, you're gonna get a fucking fresh one. You see this? This means not welcome. I get it. No, it is healthy, but it's like, no. And I'm trying to do my part as a member of society. So this year, I voted. I paid taxes.
This year, that's good.
Yeah, no, this year. I was like, I'm turning over a new leaf. I said, I started using trash receptacles.
Okay.
I also said I will start touching others to help them get to their count of 15.
I don't know fully what that means.
Well, John, some say it's off-putting, but I say I'm helping. This is where, the OCD can really shine. I set an alarm at 9:30 and at 11:45, and then again at 2:30. And when the alarm goes off, I just get up and walk around and touch everybody I see in the office.
Isn't that more like hypnosis than OCD? Like you're triggered and suddenly you do a thing that you're not even fully aware of.
Oh, no. I'm very aware of it. I'm giving them medically laced chocolates to affect their behavior. So once I say the trigger word here in like 4 months, if my science is correct, we're gonna have some real change.
Well, that's been this edition of
Good touch,
Good
bad touch.
We might come to it later, but this is for this episode.
Hey, and you guys want to see a dead body? Hey, man.
That's not even a touch. That's just aggressive.
Oh, John, I can't.
The sources for this episode of Two Sided have been first segment, Biography and People Magazine. Second segment, the National Library of Medicine, Science Daily Magazine, Greater Good Science Center of Berkeley, and MAP Magazine, MAPP Magazine. And the short was the Daily Galaxy.
That's awesome. My segments research included hanging out, listening to the world around me. MATS.org, MATTS.org. It's an organization for the preservation and the conservation and the betterment of mats, be they household or industrial usage in and throughout the Americanas. It's a really great org. I highly recommend everyone go there. Their special this month is a 17x9 that says, I hope you like dogs. Also, Pornhub.
It's a source.
Well, I mean, I was just going through my browser history, and it seems to be there quite a bit. So apparently I was doing research.
It was a source of inspiration, if nothing else. Yes, yes.
My kingdom for a login address. John!
Any other of them sources there, my boy Pete?
Well, that's a source subject. I would like it if you didn't bring it up anymore. It pains me when you do.
Well, I definitely won't stomp it down. I won't. So now it's time for your favorite game and mine. My boy Pete, what's the through line?
Ooh, what's the through line? John L. Peacock reads some stories to us. Round one, it goes. This is where you do your part and you say what it is. Oh, okay, we'll start over. When I point at you, this is where you come in and say the things. What's the through line? John reads us things. The first one is goes.
Meatloaf.
And then we have the shortest of short shorts. It was the thing about
Gravity anomalations in the Indian Ocean.
And the serious segment, the one we all love the most, was on the one that was the one that was the one that was the one that was the most recent. It was
Positive touch.
Well, John, with an opener like that, how could I fail? The segments being Meatloaf, gravitational anomalies, and positive touches. Well, John, it sounds like the Indian Ocean was positively touched by the imprint of a giant meatloaf from the sky. That's right, folks. The Lord has dropped his meatloaf, and the leftovers are leaving imprints in the earth. Folks, from a positive touch to a positive belly, have the Lord's meatloaf from the Indian Ocean.
That's right. Do you want to make it more concise?
Yeah, I think that was pretty much as I conserved as many words as I could, John. I am. There was no fat in that description.
Oh, poor Meatloaf.
If only I had my other leg. Sorry. Shout out to Ottawa. You guys were the ones who got him. I appreciate you. Good work. Hey, what's all this about? You shouldn't bring Ottawa into it, eh? We didn't even kill Meatloaf. We didn't even like him that much, eh? John, sorry, go. Oh no, now we're going to make Canada more pissed off at us. What are they going to do about it? Oh, we have ways of making you pronounce your U's.
So any more concise of the through line?
Through line. John, so Meatloaf, let's recap. Folks, if you're just tuning in, well, welcome to the goddamn party. This is the time of the two-sided pod where my boy Pete gets his goddamn walking shoes on and goes for a little fucking walk about town. Oh, look at me now. Taking a look. Things look good around here. Like what I see. Like what I see a lot. Little Meatloaf over there. Mm-hmm. Gravitational anomaly in the Indian Ocean, like they do. And positive touch. Only I can touch me the way I love to be touched, says one twin to the other. John, stop giving yourself back rubs. It's more awkward when your shirt is unbuttoned. Jesus Christ. So there's a meatloaf inside of us that needs to be indented. When you're making a meatloaf, you got to have a little pocket for eggs. And that's what we call a positive touch. Make a little pocket for the eggs, positive touch, meatloaf, like in the indentation in the Indian Ocean. God was making a meatloaf with the earth. The aliens are making Earth meatloaf, and that, my friend, is a positive touch.
That's right, my boy Pete. Whether it's from food or friends, we all need a little comfort. So before we get out of here, my boy Pete, is there anything from this episode you'd like to take a second glance at, a second look, a second thought, a second opinion? This is Pete's Retraction Corner.
No, honestly, the only thing about this is I just want to argue that aliens making Earth meatloaf. Like, I feel like that, if you're looking for positive support for your friends, that's more of like the Beatles kind of like a, it's more of a Monkees vibe, if you ask me, John, that message. If you want a Beatles vibe, the Beatles vibe message would be Earth meatloaf from the aliens, positive touch wise. That is a Beatles message. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Like a Monkees message would be, I get by with a little help from my friends.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? So my retraction, John, is that I didn't stand for my cause. I didn't use my words correctly, that I was not a silver-tongued wordsmith, that I needed to stand on my soapbox and truly fight for this cause. John, because when the meatloaf's done, if we're not there to enjoy it, what's it all worth? And that, my friend, is a little thing we like to call faith. Faith in the sky meatloaf. That's right, folks. We're building a two-sided show around the meatloaf in the sky, folks. And what is the meatloaf in the sky? Well, that I need you to look at that indentation in the Indian Ocean, John. I feel like this can work into our whole thing. If I can, John, positive touch, meatloaf, Indian Ocean.
My boy Pete.
I'm gonna journal tonight, John, and this is gonna be turned into golden tablets. And when they read this one day, John,
they might receive it from the angel Moroni, and they might all be known as morons. But that was beautiful. That was the best through line you'd had, and you were doing it during your Pete Retraction Corner. But that's all right. Get a shot ready. Let's get out of here and get into the green room.
Folks, here's the deal. I'm not here because I want to be here. I'm here because it's a court-ordered obligation. And John L. Peacock signs off my fucking paperwork every week. But 17 more years of this shit, and I'm fucking scot-free. Also, if you could work off tattoos, like you'd work that shit off. No, okay. I have a shot ready, John. Folks, we are the Two-Sided Pod. We're here every Tuesday. Don't be afraid to tell your friends, tell your coworkers, tell your parole officer. That's right. It's 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. That's right. 3 a.m. Greenwich Mean Sandwich time if you happen to be across the pond this morning. But next week it will be 4 a.m. on Wednesdays because Lord knows you're always one step behind us.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody. We have our open chat show continuing for those who are listening live on Stereo app or watching live on YouTube. So if you are here now, regardless of the platform, stick around. And if you're hearing this later and want to join us in the green room for after show wind downs or want to throw some topics out there, email twosidedpod@gmail.com. That's TWO sidedpod@gmail.com. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, pal. Bink, bink, bink.
Go. That's a wrap for tonight. I'm John L. Peacock out in Brooklyn, New York.
I'm my boy Pete, who can't feel feelings in Southern California.
And this was our show. You can eavesdrop wherever you get your podcasts and even join us live, both on our YouTube channel, handle @2sidedpod, all one word, and the Stereo app every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern, as we talk about the two sides of life, the serious and the fun, here on Two-Sided. Love you, Pete.
Bad touch. Bad touch. All right. Love you too, John. Oh, that's right. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Holy shit, we made it. Oh, it was just touch and go there at the end. I didn't think we would get through. Like, literally, there was I laughed, I cried, I danced, I sang. It was a whole gambit of emotions. I was moved. I couldn't believe, but we made it through. This is the whole thing. And now I need to close this. Every time John goes, so we're running some new technology here. A little behind the curtain. Here's a little something for the people at home. We're running some new hot technology, right? This is AI shit. This is John L. Peacock 2.0. Crazy town, right? And with that comes a lot of different changes that seem to be part of the things. And right now, I am dealing with some of the views that I okay. All right. Well, we'll see exactly what goes on from here. Folks, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thanks so much for tuning in. We are the Two-Sided, as we said before. We got a lot of messages to pop. We got John L. Peacock to come back and give some direction, some guidance, some, I would say, dare I, sage-like advice. When one has a ginger in one's corner, one would be a fool not to use said ginger. That was what my grandma said. Granted, she also said, stick with the dick and fart jokes, so she couldn't really be trusted anyway. That's neither here nor there. But once John comes back, we'll give him the star and the link, and he's back after he left his fantastic messages. And we're inviting him. I should be coming in. Like a whore in church. Like a lion in the spring.
Huh?
What?
What?
Sorry. What?
Oh.
Doesn't matter. You know what? We're all here. We're back. John, are you still on our YouTube? Can you jump out of there?
No, I'm here. Yeah, my video just set on.
Oh, okay, so I have that's on me. Don't like it.
Yep, we're still good. All right. So do you want to pop those packets? And I'll. Yep.
Yeah, I would like. Yeah, I so I'm guessing, or
Go.
Jesus, you're the worst. It's not that I wish bad things upon you, but I really wish bad things upon you sometimes.
I remember, I know I ain't been here in a while, but I'm just curious. Like when Pete went missing, it was this whole thing, right? Like, come on, man, tell the truth, John. Did you have to go pull him out the crack house like DMX? You know, you like, come on, dog, you gonna get on this, get on the mic, man. It's your time. So, hey, dog, it's okay, man. Every now and then, right, we all have a moment where we got to get pulled out the crack house to do our thing. But when we back, baby. We shine. You know what I mean? But kudos, guys.
Fuck yeah, sleeps. My man sleeps. Hey, anyone who's in the room right now, send this cat a follow. Look him up on the IG. Look him up on YouTube. His shit is dope as fuck. Also, fucking Mona was here earlier. Speaking of dope ass fucking lyricists, man. Her shit was, I've been following her. She's been sending me her things, and I've been seeing you too, Sleep. Man, you're killing it, bud. John, well, he's not even here. If we can push this up. Yeah, anyone who's following us on IG, look up Sleepy Wonder. Shit is dope.
Smoking in a crack house, heartbeat fast, faces past, need to calm down. Bum, 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 bum.
John, I don't know if you caught that. I heard it right off the bat. It was but they're making their way downtown. We hate to go, even when they would come down, down, down. Smoking your face off in the crack house when you don't even wash yourself.
All right, speaking of...
Because I smoke crack, and I need crack, and I want to smoke crack. If I could be in crack house now. See, it's so horrible. That's great, though. Sleeps. That was on you, bud. You brought that shit. Don't make a jump off point. I will take it and run.
All right, speaking of being pulled out the crack house, I'm just curious because I don't know for sure behind the scenes, but who's the David Ruffin and who's the Otis of this dynamic temptation duo? Yeah, I'm curious, man. I know, but I don't know because it's like the pinky and the brain situation. So just let us know.
So the old David Ruffin. Fucking okay. That was the Temptations, right? That shit. I'll be honest. Yeah, I think you know exactly. I'm not going to speak out of class so John can defend himself, but I think we all know exactly who I am.
I looked up in the entire map of the Simpsons house, and everything seems in place, but it's this one place I don't recognize. It's right behind the garage. Like it's one door that enters, into the Simpsons house, and there's another door behind the garage that enters like this type of weird den that I never knew was there, but it's there.
Bro.
I wonder, is there an episode where they go through there? I don't know, but
I don't think
it's odd to me because I thought watching The
Yeah,
Simpsons, we ventured in every room in the Simpsons house, but this den, I don't know.
I'm thinking, what about when he had, because, no, but that was in the garage. When Bart had his stuff and Homer had his stuff, it was always in the garage, their meetings. It could be the weed spot. I mean, everybody I know, it's usually right by the garage, right in that little room out there, or in the garage area. I don't know. I'm saying, you know, Marge smoked. I don't think Homer did because he was just a hard drinker, but Marge did.
This is like talking to some Jesus people. Oh man, that was fun. Oh, they're not on the Orthodox or something. But if you believe in this and it's contradictory to this, don't you think that there's going to be a ham sandwich in the middle of it all?
Damn straight.
Can't we all just eat the ham sandwich? Well, what happens if you don't like ham, or are you going to throw ham at somebody else? Oh, if somebody throws my ham sandwich, I'm going to fucking throw them out the window.
Bro.
So,
the best, I don't know if you can hear, probably not the best time to tell a story right now, but back in college, we were four total white guys living together as roommates. And I brought my buddy Richard over, and he came with like the big Samoan Mexican guys and brought all these dudes to the house, like big football players. big brown dudes. And my buddy Wes, who's like very like, oh, hey, can I get you? Hey, can I get you? Hey, can I? Very worried about everyone's well-being. Do you need a drink? Do you need this? Can I get you? Can I help you? Can I anything? Trying to make sure, even though we're living in fucking squalor, do you want a water? We can give you a dirty glass of water. Like very. So he's like, you guys want anything to eat? I can make you some bean burritos. And they all looked at each other. He's like, why's it gotta be bean burritos? Why can't it be a ham sandwich? And Wes just froze, like pale, like, I'm hilarious. And they all died laughing. It was great. Anyway, ham sandwich. Hell yeah. Eat that ham.
It's actually only seven appropriate touches a day, they say. They did a study with children. They neglected babies first born, and they held 5 babies twice as much as they held the other babies. The ones that got held more often actually ate more and were healthier and thrived more, about 30% more. So I'm coming over, my boy Pete, to massage your butt. You're welcome.
Fuck yeah, my man. That's what I'm talking about. Someone who finally gets it. You know what? That's with babies, though. Can we do adult studies? Like, because how many? If we're gonna. You said 7 touches. I'm just thinking about people that I work with. Like, if you forced 7 touches on those people a day, like, ain't nobody touching anybody else. Like, hey, how's it going? Like, you get, the fuck are you doing? It's a very, I think I'm on a mission now, man. I think I'm gonna do the Lord's work. I'm gonna do a study, and I'm gonna report back to you. I think we're onto something. This is how we get on NPR, man. This is how we get the fucking nonprofit status. You got to get that fucking nonprofit money, baby. Hell yeah. Touching. I'm going to be a licensed cuddler. Non-sexual, consensual cuddling. I work by the 15-minute blocks, usually half an hour minimum, 15 minutes after that. I have some basic established positions. Click on my website down below. You'll see all the offerings.
Now you're getting into spanking. So is spanking right? Is spanking okay? It is actually teaching children that hitting is related to love and care, especially when a parent's doing it. Am I opposed to spanking? That's a whole different story. I'm just telling you what I've learned. I am a child analyst study major in human development from 0 birth to 18.
See,
when it comes to that, is what's more effective, hitting your child or disciplining your child in different ways? My parents used to spank me, and after a while, it didn't have an effect on it. But definitely, when they took my Nintendo away, that had a major effect on me. So,
right.
Do the math.
Right. No, I'm 100% with you, but I feel like there needs to be, and this is where people are all like all or nothing. They say you're for corporal punishment or you're against it. I believe you have to be active parenting. You have to be active in your punishments. Like the whole go to your room was bullshit. Was like, I got hit a lot. And yeah, you're right. Eventually it stopped working, but you just then avoided your parents, or you got better at not getting caught, which, like, man, this is how, like, you look at a pattern of things of how, like, oh yeah, this is how we're now involved in a RICO investigation. It's not me, it's my upbringing. I got a social disease. I digress. But if you're aggressive and pointed in your punishments of what is the thing that matters the most to you, right? Like, don't pop off the hamster's head, but like take the Nintendo. I'm with you, man.
My boy Pete, I am a hugger. But COVID ruined all that.
Right?
Yeah, he's telling me I'm coming in. I'm a hugger,
bro. Yep.
Yeah, and I'm a 7'5" individual. 782 pounds.
That's my man.
My arms weigh about 150 pounds each. My legs are about 250 pounds each. And when I give you a hug, I mean you are getting an embrasio.
Hell,
like you're in the depths of the inside of Square. You are a part of me.
That is what I'm talking about.
I have to return these people.
Bro, I'm with that, man. Like so I'm not anti-hug in my day-to-day life. It's just my people around me are not comfortable. Like when I see John, when I see any of my people who are out of state, like truly any of my brothers who are out of state, it's always it's a good hug. But anyone who's here is and I don't push it. It's, I don't know. It is environment, 100%. But I'm with it. And the thing is, bro. Or someone who's little and you're the big guy, and then you're like, yeah. I don't like equal hugging. The whole thing, equal on equal hugging, it's a waste of time, John.
No.
I want to feel large or small. I want to be like Alice in Wonderland when it comes to physical contact. When you say positive touch, I want the eat me, drink me slogans to be hot in my brainstem. Eat me, drink me, rah, 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 eat me. John, and that was the second track on our new album, Eat Me, Drink Me.
So my boy Pete, the messages from now forward have all happened since the green room, and it feels weird for me to be stepped away as I'm listening to it. I'm like, but they keep on coming. So like, let's interact in between. I want to be.
No,
here. I want to be here.
No,
for
bro.
it. I want to.
My whole thing is, my whole thing is I want you here for it because I have carried your dead weight since we met in 1998, slinging you along, agreeing to be a guest at all of your family's establishments, staying at your abode in New York, traveling on your air miles, all of the things. That was me going along, and I'm tired of just carrying you along and specifically reaping the benefits of your great family life and your travel miles. John, I'm done with it, and this too shall pass.
Well, as you're getting ready for that, I say, I hope so, because the drain that you've been on my family and myself has been substantial. So this too shall pass. I'll cheers to you on that. Plow through the ones, and when I'll pop in. But I'm going to stay here.
Do you want to play them and I'll pop in?
No, the way we have our tech right now, that may happen at a later date, my friend. But right now, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Remember, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. So it's all about recouping. Yeah, but go for it.
Speaking of recouping, I'd like to shout out, we recouped one of our longtime listeners, hardcore fan fiction writers. Jesus, I blush when I just say your name. Your friend and mine, From across the pond, starting at 3 a.m. Greenwich Meanwich sandwich time, but it's later than that. Julie Prunes. Hello, love. Hello, love. Good to see you, darling.
Oh, maps.org, maps.org. Oh, wow. I had no idea, Pete.
I said mats.org.
Ling-a-ling, I'm gonna hop around and make you an omelet in a sling. Skeet, skeet, motherfucker, skeet, skeet. White guys for Harris, okay?
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah, my boy Derp Derp. Where have you been, brother? I adore you. That's great. Eggs in a sling. Hey, bro, I stopped a lot of things with the price of eggs. Yep. No more omelets. No more scrambled eggs. No more heroin. Because I really crave hard-boiled eggs after I do heroin. Yeah, so it's a whole thing. Anyway, it's a weird world we live in. I'm thinking about getting a chicken coop in the backyard so I can make heroin. I don't know, John. Can you train chickens to do that? Well, if Gonzo can teach them to fly, John, I think I have a chance.
5 to 5 in the morning, 5:55. 5, yeah, 5. 5 to 5? 4:55. I can tell time, fuck off. Anyway, point is, yeah, so what? Does that mean, like, it's an extra hour? I don't know. Let me know. Make a Negro know.
4:55 in the morning. John, come on back in. 4:55 in the morning. Not a soul in sight. Two-Sided is a podcast that happens on Tuesday night. 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. Also, too, at 4 a.m. across the pond. 3 a.m. because time change didn't happen to you until next week. Until next week. Because a two-sided pod on a Tuesday night. Unless it's Wednesday morn. So early before it's bright. Come on, John, you know the rest of the words.
With the daylight savings, messing everyone up.
Yeah,
8 p.m. Pacific, but really 9 p.m. because it's 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Shout out to Mountain Standard.
God damn it, man. We almost had a fucking hit on our hands. And you went ahead and brought in Mountain Standard Time, John. You ruined the whole thing. We just can't have nice tracks. We're like Bat Out of Hell 2.
You make Bat Out of Hell 2 look like Bat Out of Hell 3. Boom! You're the man, Pete. You're the man.
I know the territory I've been around, and it'll all fall to dust, and we'll all fall down. Sooner or later, you'll be screwing around. John, Meatloaf sings none of that song.
No,
but I won't do that. Meatloaf only sings that part.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
John, my favorite thing, because I would always like, I'll do a Meatloaf song karaoke, and like, will you do a Meatloaf song with me? To someone like, yeah, 100%. And I'll get a girl to come do it. And like, here you go.
Mike, you're gonna have that most of the time.
And like you just get like, yeah.
Pete, go. Next verse.
The other one, bro, the other karaoke that you can fuck with chicks on, like, I'll sing with you. Every now and then I look a little bit harder and I turn a little bit, turn around. They're saying, every now and then I sip a little bit of, and you just get, turn around, bright eyes. Every fucking now and then I thought, I fucking need you now tonight. I fucking need you more than ever. John, here's the deal. I don't know if you want to know how karaoke works really good, but if you swear a lot, you make it your own. Like, did you write that song? Fuck yeah, I did.
Oh, weird. I've been able to make it my own without doing that. Funny enough.
John, it doesn't count when you just bring a harmonica and play it with every song you sing. It's probably the worst look that you can do.
And it's only
We're
one
like, oh,
harmonica.
shit.
I don't have a set. It's just like the one harmonica and
every song. Like, all right.
Why does that sound so out of tune? Well, it's not the same key, but I still.
I like big butts and I can't. Yeah. All right. John L. Peacock doing Sir Mix-a-Lot with his mouth harp. John.
Do the home.
Come on, buddy.
Home. Do the home to home. Or I just actually do the same thing. Why is he doing that to Sir Mix-a-Lot? Sir Hump to Hump.
You're saying Humpty Humped, which is Digital Underground, but then you're saying Sir Mix-a-Lot.
I know
So,
they're
John,
two different things. I'm saying I'm doing it for multiple songs. Why Tom Petty? That's not the right key, but he has a harmonica. Bum, ba, bum, bum, ba, ba, bum.
all right, stop what you're doing, because I'm about to ruin the image and the style that you're used to. Come
All
on,
about
John.
the world.
Worst song ever. Oh, right, we can't play.
Thing. Go for it.
There has to be a better way to live the life. And one thing's to say, can't understand why I don't cry. At night I just think why. Don't understand the things of every day. Oh, John, I ask questions and I seek answers for them, for all the things we'll never know and do. There's a little IT inside of you, a little inside of all of us, but mostly just inside of you. John, it's a little song that I'm working on a musical called The Two-Sided Pick of Destiny. I don't know if it's taken yet, but I think we're going to get traction. Shh, quiet. Here we go.
And the meatloaf's over. Turn off my wife. Turn off my wife. When the meatloaf's over, my little friend. Turn off the wife till the order ends. When the meatloaf's over. Yay. Until the end. Put mustard and ketchup in McButt cracks. Okay, so
100%. I don't know if you know, in this man's army, if you die on the field of battle, they put one of your dog tags around your toe, and they put mustard and ketchup in your butt crack. So it's a rite of passage in this man's army. Meatloaf would know.
Where's the patient? I hated to drag you out of bed at this time of night. You'll soon see why I did. You tell these fools I'm not crazy. Make them listen to me before it's too late. I'll listen to you. taking possession of the town.
Story of my life, bud. Story of my life.
I cried at Ann State, some rye, and then I jerked off, and then I died. But that's okay because I do an endo and a no comply. Because I had to do the dry spells, just like Harry Potter. He died and he used to be my father. The glasses and all with the zing-zongs on his head. A lot of the broomstick motherfucker, I wish he was dead. But them wizards are hard to kill. But I have the thrill getting down F square style on the dilly deal.
John, we've been meaning to do more haiku on this show, and I think we need to do it. That's my man. Like getting it, like old school, like dipping into the barrel. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, how are you? It's Pete and John and John and Pete. It's all good. You too.
Hell yeah. My man, derp derp. It takes a village to raise an idiot like me, but I'm glad you're all here. Thanks indeed.
It's like if you don't call HR.
Right?
It's like you call HR because they didn't fucking touch you 7 times. Yeah. She's not touching me right.
Bro. Okay, 100%. I know everybody out there, if you're in any corporate job, you've had to go to mandatory yearly meetings that are like insider threat meetings or cybersecurity meetings or workplace harassment. So it used to be titled sexual harassment, but now it's workplace harassment. But for the first 3 years that we had, it was sexual harassment. And every time we'd get the meeting invite for everyone on our team, I'd be like, is this going to be a hands-on training? Oh. John, I was killing it. When it turned into workplace harassment, turns out I was an offender. Yikes. We just can't have fun anymore. We just don't have good times. John, how am I going to know if I'm doing a good job unless someone smacks me on the ass? That's what I ask.
Boy, Pete, don't get your fucking boner all twisted up. It's appropriate touches. It doesn't mean you flash and pull your dick out and touch people walking by. Which
Okay.
I was the famous person that did that. I know John Peacock could verify this. There was a famous person that would walk around and with his ding dong and touch other people in larger situations. Maybe at the Oscars and things like that. Come on, John Peacock, you know this shit. You know this guy. You know these random Hollywood weirdos. Who's the dude that did that?
John, who is it? See, but we all look back at like, oh, times were different. Times were different. John, do you remember in college? With Wes, there was Shasta McNasty and Old Stretch Nuts were his 2 characters he made up. You remember Old Stretch Nuts? And Old Stretch Nuts would just pull a ball out at any point. And just like there were just balls. Fucking ridiculous. I guess bro, no, I think about that now today. Like Amber was there. Like, and it was to Amber. Like Amber saw everyone's balls. And I like looking back, like, what the fuck were we doing? Like, it was just a horrible. Old Stretch Nuts.
Pete,
but right before, how you guys doing, by the way, Pete and John, John and Pete, Pete and John and John and Pete. Before COVID hit, I was going to sign up to be a professional cuddler in San Francisco. They were hiring. It was up to $80 an hour.
Yep.
Cuddle.
Yep.
All right, fuck.
Yeah.
I guess I could cuddle bisexually as long as
100%.
further than cuddling, man.
100%.
Want to snuggle, guys?
Bro, 100%. Once you get past that, like, oh, it's not an intimacy thing. It's just a being close with someone. It's a proximity thing. And proximity and physical contact is not intimacy. And you can separate that from yourself. To me, and I know that's what people are looking for because they look at it as an intimacy, why they're going to that. But John, I heard it's a gateway. Once you're a professional cuddler, then it's like only like $120 away before you're getting digital penetration, and it's a whole thing.
Is it gay if you don't have your eyes open and you don't feel the scruff burn? Asking for a friend.
I'm not gay. You sucked my dick. So, I know, John, it's a great joke, and you just are so upset every time I make good jokes. The Army says I can do it now, so I feel like I'm winning. So you're in the wrong. I'm in the right. That's fucking hilarious.
When I was doing AA, and they assigned me to be the greeter at the doors, so I had to hug like everybody that came in. Me and this other guy, he was like a hippie old white guy with a big like wizard beard, and it was cool, man. We held it down, right? I mean, it all was like, buddy, like, it was cool stuff. So, our shift was over. Then we went to the meetings, right? And like, man, I went to like, it got 6 floors in this building. And if you know, like I know, the AA and the NA women be some freaks. They got to get it out the system. Just saying. People who know. But it was this one chick that I was like, oh man, she just spoke. And hold up.
Sleeps. Well, man, I know you're going to tell me more. I'm going to listen right now. But let me just say, I was going to go to a grief counseling seminar, but they said that you can't date anyone. They said rule number 1. And I was like, well, why are we here then? Like, I feel like we all need to get in touch with our inner emotions, probably without our shirts on, and really work this pain out the right way, topless. And we didn't see eye to eye. So, 2 ships passing the night. You know what I mean?
So it was this one chick. She was from Seattle. This is why I feel like I gotta visit Seattle. She spoke, and like, I don't know what it was, like, but we locked eyes, and the room started changing colors and shaking. Like, I'm like, oh snap! Like, yo, this is new. Is she an alien? Did she just infiltrate my mind and my?
Okay.
Like that, right? Because
right.
High without being high. I'm like, oh, I haven't felt that before. Maybe I did as a prepubescent boy or something. But anyway, I gotta get this hug. But I shook. Man, I was passed by the wrong dude. I said that was dope speech. That dude had held me hostage for an hour. She made her way out the door. I lost her. Who is she? Where is she?
Ooh, brother, man, I'm telling you, those AA meetings are rough. They're great. They get the job done, but the interaction, it's not it. You know what? I look at it as it's like sex in high school, right? You're getting touch, but it's not the touch you want. right? It's all the interaction you need to get you on your path ahead, but it's not what you're looking for.
Fortunately, I didn't experience any of that.
Hey, John, there's a place for you here too.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. So they keep on growing. I'm wondering if there's a way that we can actually interact as it's happening. So I'm going to try something. If I'd like to, if someone says, "Hey, no, this sounds horrible," either on the YouTubes, type it in, or on the stereo, give a call, and we'll go to those messages to check. But I'm going to try it so that we can all interact, and it'd be like, right on, ready? Let's do this.
I don't know what you're meaning, but I'm with you, and I will not touch anything, or I will touch things if you tell me to. Don't touch things.
Don't touch things.
Look at my hands. Look at my hands,
Yep.
John. John, can I smoke weed? Can I make a drink? John,
Yeah,
look at my hands.
do that right now. Stop talking for a couple seconds. I'll let you know when.
You have to keep talking. The whole thing is, as you're doing it, you got to keep talking.
Oh, right. No. Right. Yeah. So there we go. We are, in a way, and my boy Pete, you talk.
Okay.
Right.
I can talk.
Right. And so let's play one message, and it might not be great for those on the stereo because of how I have it right now. Because actually, I'm going all in and hoping that it's not feedbacking. Let's find out. So play a message right now.
I love you so much, John. I love you so much. The thing is, I see you as like a baby bird in a nest, and I'm watching you spread your wings, and I just love it so much. Like, I'm a proud parent. I'm like, I can't wait to go to the parent teacher conference. I can't fucking wait because I'm going to brag about you, John. I'm going to brag about you so hard. Like, yeah, I know he's a special trailer away from the main school, but he's a good kid. It's going to be, John, it's so good. Let's try it. Ready? And here we go.
That's my boy Pete. That's the California weirdos. Yeah. Gotta tip on that. I knew I had to leave that California weirdness.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah, I tried it for a
just
little bit too.
sucking my dick when I see you. I knew I had to leave.
Yep.
You know, especially the pastors. When the pastors stopped sucking my dick, I knew. I had to get out of California.
Can't rape the willing. That's all I'm saying.
So my boy Pete, do you hear yourself?
You. No, not
You
at all.
only hear me? Did you hear that message?
I heard the message 100%. Because he said, once the pastor stopped sucking my dick, and I said, that's gross.
Right. But you didn't
And
hear
I
it
also
in,
said,
in like an echo effect.
No,
I think
everything
this
on
is
my
working.
side.
I think this is working.
Everything on my side is fine. You sound a little far away, like in a cave.
Right, because I'm now going through. Yeah.
Basically, I'm okay with that because I would like picture you in a cave most of the time.
Okay.
So it kind of works out in my mind palace.
No.
Everything is working out great, John. Everything is going according to plan. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's pop another one.
I see my boy Pete rummaging through the salvage universe of decay in the late 90s. Early 90s, maybe 90, I think he said. Time's irrelevant in this situation. He's rummaging through and he sees this little baby radish in its glorious smile. It's very effective. And I think he was wearing a smoking jacket, but he was already drunk.
Caught my eye,
indeed. And then my boy Pete just nurtures this thing into health, and has been carrying it on his back ever since, like A tumor cancer.
I mean, I would say more like a monkey on my back. It's very entertaining. It does tricks. It's good with the ladies. So thus far, we're keeping it around. Is this a fucking intervention? Are you guys fucking with me and giving me an intervention? Fuck you if you are. Actually, no, not at all. I would be flattered and I would like to see what the hors d'oeuvres are. But other than that, is it an open bar?
John and Pete and John.
Yeah.
What up, gentlemen?
Hey.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that daylight savings time happened and the whole switch back to 8 o'clock Mountain Standard Time happened.
Get some, Mountain.
That 9 o'clock shit was rough. Today was rough in general, so I've been laying back in the cut, but I've been here listening.
Let you know, man.
Love y'all. Happy Tuesday.
Hell yeah, bud. Hell yeah. I'm letting you know. You're still, what are you saying? I don't know if there's a message playing or if you're just muttering to yourself about your poor choices.
Like it. I don't like it at all. Don't be happy about it. Don't be happy about it. Especially from Arizona.
Use your
No
words.
daylight saving. It's beautiful.
It's about the comment. It's not about the technology.
Technology? No. This time it's actually just about.
I don't know with you. I'm always playing catch up. I prefer a brown gravy if we're talking about that, John.
What about ketchup?
I will have you know. Mama tomato, daddy tomato, baby tomato, walking down the street. Baby tomato lagging behind. Papa tomato comes up, smashes the baby, says, ketchup. Get it, John? I don't know if you've watched Inglourious Bastards, but it's a pretty common turn of phrase in that movie. I believe Brad Pitt is the one who said, when he said, the Jew bear, ketchup. Wow.
What's the next
I just
message?
heard myself. Like, fuck.
Like, okay, that's fine. That we have more messages.
It's all.
So, man, one time a friend of mine told me that the poppy seeds that come on a poppy seed bagel, like you could just like brush them off and plant them in your yard as long as you have like a silty, sandy soil. And of course, I didn't believe him, so I tried it, and it totally worked. And man, I ended up smoking opium for about the next 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, few years. Yeah, about 4 or 5 maybe.
It'll happen. It's weird. That was my stripper name, Silty Sandy Soil. They called me on the stages. And next up, coming up to the stage, 2 for 1, Silty Sandy Soil. I'll be like, ooh, I'm so fertile. That's my shit. It was crazy town, like poppy seeds thrown at me by the handful. John, it was nuts. Crazy time in life. You know what I mean? Atlanta. What are we gonna do?
Well, I take 1 step forward and 2 steps back. We come together because opposites attract. You know. Yeah, I don't call my age. He knows I suck. Hi guys, hi listeners. How you doing? Sorry I had to hurt your ear holes with all that noise, but
your voice is always pleasant to our ear holes.
Love you.
Different, just a matter of fact. We come together because opposites attract. I don't know if you knew, but at the Kids' Choice Awards in 1998, the Fox was nominated for Best Male Performer. Little known facts, John. That was before Paula Abdul did cocaine.
Huh.
Yeah, this daylight savings time seems like fucking everyone up for some reason. When your mind realizes time is irrelevant, Who gives a fuck? Oh,
Time
people have
is
jobs.
time is
That
relative.
makes sense. But I went to school or take my child to school.
Theory of relativity.
There's like nobody there. Every time I go, there's nobody there now. Oh, the daylight savings time. I'm like, how does everyone still have jobs if they're going to be showing up to the job on time? Reminds me of the Smiths. I was looking for a job and then I found a job, but heaven knows I'm miserable now.
Hell yeah. Smiths, good callback. You lost John as soon as you started talking daylight savings.
I mean,
John got upset.
I mean, though he's a douchebag, the Smiths brought me a bit back.
Right. The thing is, John, time is a construct made by humans. It exists only for our soul reality. So if you accept that your reality is not what is dictated by society, then it doesn't matter.
Yes.
You're basing your life on when the sun is up and when the sun is down. And I feel like you, above all people, have the most freedom to fuck right off when it comes to any kind of time change or anything, because you don't believe in circadian rhythms and you don't believe in what the norms are. So like, the time changed, so you have to get up an hour earlier. I'm going to stay up till 4 a.m. anyway. So cool that you're up till 4 a.m. And in the normal world, that's crazy town. So then you'd sleep until 2 or 3. All right. And all of those times are like, it's crazy town times for us. Like, all right, 2 or 3 or 4. All of it is making bad life choices. So what is the problem with an hour before or an hour later? You've already ruined your life. So why are you upset about it?
Your body.
You're okay with all of... No, fuck your body, man. Go to bed earlier. Like, the thing is, you can do...
It's an hour shift. It's jet lag. It's an hour of jet lag twice a year for no reason whatsoever. At the basic thing. Let's just go with that.
At the basic, then I'm glad we can go with that. At the basic, you're one of those fucking bitches who worries about jet lag. Jet lag is not a thing if you are an owner of your own personal mentality and continuity and physical continence, John.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I take off my shoes and socks and I make little fists with my toes in the carpet whenever I get anywhere.
Well, that's not jet lag.
Here's the jet. No, it is. Because you can't go to sleep. The thing is, your body is based on wherever you go. So if you go to Europe, if you go to India, if you go somewhere, you're thinking small term, because right now we're thinking East Coast, West Coast, not even that extreme. We're thinking Mountain Standard Time to Pacific Standard Time when there is a time change. You're thinking 1 hour. So it is not the end of your goddamn world. You are being a goddamn diva because you're clutching your pearls and holding your purse close to your chest. John, it is a fucking hour, and with your deviant motherfucking lifestyle, it should not matter. I have a regimented schedule. My body is a temple. I don't say who worships there on the weekends, but it is suspect. But I can tell you one thing, John, I am regimented when it comes to the Monday through Friday. I am, rain or shine, I am up at 5:45.
According to the clock. So you didn't feel like getting up at 6:45 the past couple days?
No.
Or the past week?
No, because at that point, when I went to bed, I woke up and I'm like, oh, I woke up an hour earlier. But now, okay, the time is different. It's telling me it's an hour. I'm gonna work it out. I need to work it out. So now I'm gonna go ahead. I'm not gonna eat later than I was. I'm not gonna drink like I was aggressively. I'm gonna go on a walk. So I increase my endorphins and my serotonin levels. So I can have, and also my natural melatonin.
I'm going to do all these fucking, I'm going to take my Centrum B. I'm going to take a hers 40 plus because fuck those ladies. I get those vitamins too. All them things.
So you're being prepared.
And John, like a goddamn Eagle Scout, right? And then I go to bed. So, oh, you can't go to bed. Well, you're gonna be tired in an hour. Okay, so it's an hour. So the next day, all right, get up. It's an hour. Cool. You have mentally and physically prepared. You know it's coming. It's like being punched in the face, John. You're aware it's coming. You know, I am now going to punch you in the face. Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me take my glasses off. Do it. Okay. No. Yep. Do it. You know it's coming. You are now prepared.
Right? Yeah.
So your whole thing of like clutching your pearls.
Houdini, who didn't know that it was coming or didn't prepare for it.
No.
Like so many people. How many people do you think actually
that was his fucking gambit, John.
That
was his goddamn gambit.
How many
people? Don't be a fucking Houdini, motherfucker. I'll chain you up and put you in a straitjacket and goddamn encase you in fucking Samsonite water. Fuck your couch. John!
Samsonite.
Well, here's the deal. Is this a good time to tell us about our new sponsors? Samsonite. When you're traveling with a dead body, you don't want it to get out, even in water, Samsonite. Keep that body in check. Samsonite. Fuck your couch. Okay, back to you, John.
Let's see. Oh, right. Those people that you're talking about, you're like, I prepare for it, so I'm fine. Most people do not prepare for daylight saving. So it punches them in the face as if they were Houdini being punched in the gut.
Whose problem?
And not prepared.
Whose problem is that? Is that a me problem or is that a you problem?
So that's everybody else who deals with daylight saving.
So all you motherfuckers, hey, how about, you guys know when taxes are due? How many people are having problems making that day? Right?
How often do people say, hey, if you don't do your taxes, you might get audited or go to jail? How many people say if you don't get ready for daylight savings one way or the other, even in the fall, you might risk some health benefits, like some health deprivation?
I'm unsure, but I'm glad you came and tuned in Tuesday, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern, because right here on the Two-Sided Pod, John, this is when, where, and how we say it. Folks, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, tell your parole officer. We will propagate daylight savings knowledge from days to come. From days to your days, it would have to be your day. If there was a
days of futures past.
The way station for the infinitely lost. We too will bring together the conflagration of the time zone imbalance that belittles Mountain Standard so often, so readily, so handily. John, Mountain Standard Time didn't ask for it. They were born into it.
Hey, my Pete, let's plow through some more of these packets.
Do you have the ability to hit any buttons now? Because we're not. No. I want you. We're trying new things. You know what I mean? Because you're telling me
I can do it.
You're already. I'm just saying. You look at your phone. If you hit a button, just hit a button. Yeah. Like, try it. If it fucks shit up, just see.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pete, I know that turnaround song that you're trying to duplicate, and I'm not bragging or anything, but I have gotten a standing ovation a few times singing that one. That's a great song, and you are totally fucking all over it.
I would do a duet with you on that. Like, I'm going to hold you to that. Actually, Foxy Lady, I'm going to hold you to that. I'm going to make a point to be in Arizona within the next year. And at some point, somewhere, we will do a karaoke of, it's not Bright Eyes, it's fucking every now and did something, even though I can't believe I look at my face on Tuesday. No, I don't. No, John, there's nothing behind me. Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. The fucking jokes come even though we come across the pond, 4 a.m. Unless the Eastern Meeting, John, it doesn't flow off the tongue. We're going to figure it out. Foxy Lady, that's a promise. We're going to figure it out.
I never figured out you guys' dynamic, but I think I have now. It's Meatloaf. You guys meet in the middle on Meatloaf, right? Not the food, but the singer, right? You guys are like the Meatloafians cult, right? Or whatever they call the fans of Meatloaf.
It would be a hell of a backstory if I hadn't turned vegan 3 months ago, John. The whole thing is now I physically fight anyone who eats meat. John used to see me in the fucking deli. I'm like goddamn Mike Tyson just punching fucking school marms in the face as they try to get Capicola, John. See, okay, bad, bro. Let's pick it apart, shall we? Let's go back and run the tape back. School marms, school marms, fair enough. Stick with it, right? What do school marms get? They don't get Capicola. That would be a mall. That would be a oh hey, yeah, oh yeah. Where am I going with this? What, John, in what world am I going to be the gangsters who is demanding the meat? Am I going to be the mall who's shopping for said meat? Or, John, am I going to be the school marm who has no place in the story? John, these are my three choices. John, these are the dilemmas that a bipolar disorder aficionado suffers from on a Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. That's right, folks. 4 a.m. Greenwich Mean Sandwich time. If you're across the pond, fuck your couch if you're not.
I was thinking it would be more like you're slapping the Hasid's hands, the pastrami out of their hands. Like, no, it's kosher. It's not kosher to me. And then just slapping him silly.
See, John, I'm not trying to get involved with a two-state system when it comes to meat packing at this point.
Kosher versus
right now,
veganism. Yeah, that makes sense.
Right. It's hands off. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm going to stay real global, real broad.
No,
right?
No positive touch in this realm.
Nobody gets touched unless it's a fucking open hand slap to the face. Hey, I'm fucking buying meat here. Look at you fucking whack. I told you once, I'll tell you again, I need it deli sliced, real thin, like Capicola.
Again,
don't make me give you a fresh. Don't
Capicola.
Make me give you a fresh one, John.
Capicola meat, pork. No, pastrami meat. Cow. Come on, like open face. Pastrami on rye.
Hey, I'll give you an open face slap to the hand if you know what I fucking mean. Meat's meat. So what you mean? You don't eat pork? All right, give him a ham hock, but it's smoked. What's your fucking problem? This fucking guy.
Sir Mix-a-Lot does not sing like he has a mouthful of doo-doo. I'm just saying, Pete. Come on, man. That is not Sir Mix-a-Lot. He's like,
no.
Not that.
No,
she's like,
at all. No.
I don't know what she's like, but she's not like
no. That was no, but that was fucking Humpty Hump from Digital Underground.
Right.
Or I'll stop what you're doing. Cause I want to run. Come on, he has a cold. He's like nose cold. He's all fucking congested.
Well, it's a wooden nose that he used as a prop one time, and it became his trademark. The hump,
right?
Hump.
No,
the hump.
No, but I feel like his voice is like that. But also his teeth are wooden. He went to Mount Vernon and really bought in.
Was he with a lot of cherries that were no longer
John,
cherries when he was done with them?
Here's the deal. Could not tell a lie.
All around the world.
It was. Same song. All right, yeah. Oh, stop what you're doing, because I'm about to cut down the cherry tree that you're looking used to. Come on, John, you get it.
Here is harmonica, and I hear them blues trip.
I didn't hear
That was awesome, and I'm unsure what happened.
I
Ready?
didn't hear that.
Focus. John.
What?
I need you to focus because you're not good at multitasking. Look at me.
Okay.
Stop.
I'm done.
Look at me.
Okay.
I'm going to play the message again.
Okay.
Here's the message.
Yep.
Ready?
Yep.
Here is harmonica, and I hear them blues trip.
I'm down.
So basically, he was like, man, don't bring a harmonica to fucking karaoke. That's like crazy.
Oh, what I heard was that he wanted me to play the harmonica now. Here, let me grab it up.
No problem. They're machen that nicht noch. I called the HR department and they're well aware that the lift is down, so you'll have to take the stairs to the loo. They're sorry about that.
Well, I do swear, if I ever hear more about the lift being broken and the loo being out of order, John. I get it. Man, here's the deal. British people are people too.
Uh-huh.
That's going to be our new t-shirt, but we're going to sell it only when we do our Eastern European tour. We're going to be huge in Slovakia, John. Trust me. I've seen John, I've looked at the figures and the demographics from Spotify. Slovenia, very good. People like very much. John, super good. That's where we're going to sell all of those. Nope.
Touch me. I want to feel dirty. Good job, mate. Touch me. Speaking of Meatloaf, he was in that movie too, wasn't he? You ever touch a soft spot on a baby's head and then kind of dip it in and make it an ashtray for your cigar? No, me neither.
You see this? This is what you get in my house for spilling paint in the garage. A soft spot is an ashtray. Bullshit. That was a director's cut, John. I don't know if you saw that.
No. I didn't.
Yeah, I know they were doing a lot of casting. It was. John, did you see the casting? Like some of the highlight quotes from
Rocky Horror?
Breakfast Club.
Oh, Breakfast Club. Oh, right, yeah.
No? Yeah, no. We're past that. Like Danny DeVito did not ever audition.
Have you guys ever been to a flash mob in San Francisco? It hits a little different. Okay.
I figure all I need is a lobotomy and some tights. Right. Yeah, you got $50. By the way, the clock is 3 minutes fast. Sure. Yeah. Couple of highlights.
It's not a full frontal lobotomy. It's a full bottle in front of me, John. If I had a full bottle in front of me and some tights, John, set the clock wherever you need to. We're going to get it done. I'm on a mission, and it's work time. Let's go.
There's such a deep admiration for guys who roll around on the ground with other guys.
When you came out with your onesie, it's called a singlet, dick. Whatever.
Tights. No, it's the required uniform. Tights.
Yeah, tights.
If I don't get at least a bit of cuddles at the family reunion, I know it wasn't a good one.
100%. Here's the deal. If you can't cuddle with your family members, distant, long lost, second removed, who can you cuddle with? I say right after the open buffet with the extra brown gravy, let the slow dancing commence. Make sure you retire to one of the fainting couches because we have had one of the elders break a hip if you just retire to the floor. So safety first, cuddling second.
My boy Pete, we got about 30 messages in the queue, and I got about 20 minutes in me. So use your discretion.
I don't know what you want me to do, John. I feel like you need to figure out your life choices. Oh no, I see what you're getting at. But I don't, like, John, how? John,
There's
here's
my
the
boy
deal.
Pete. Like, that was a little honest. Like, oh, I get it. No. You're right, Ginger.
No. Here's the deal, you fucking idiot. Number one, time change, right? How much did it change you? How much did it change me? Is the answer, I'm sorry I finished too early? Or is the answer, you're welcome, I finished just right?
So those packets that you were supposed to use discretion with?
I'm going to play every goddamn one of them, and you're going to make time in your life, John. Pull up a couch, get your cocktail drinking hat on, because we're going to have a go, baby. Hey, speaking of which, it's the green room. Nobody's the boss of us anymore, so we can drink freely. Let's get hammered down.
All right.
Here's the deal, bud.
Yeah.
I feel like I can turn you into a monster if I just say, like, let's just drink, instead of like, let's just play these packets. Like, let's drink, and then I'll play packets while we continue to drink. Right? Yeah. Like as we go, everything's fine. Like, I'm gonna play some things as we go through this. But we can. It's great. I don't have to shut up. We can both.
You guys ever worked in restaurants?
Yeah.
But it seemed like almost immediately after we get the sexual harassment class. As soon as you walk out of there, you get people grabbing your ass and genitals and whispering and inappropriate shit in your ears. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. What happens in the back of the house stays in the back of the house.
100%.
For those who know that fucking restaurant life. Oh, I cried so many tears.
Bro.
I did so much dumb shit.
Right.
Sold so many grams of whatever you want, bitch, in the back of the fucking house.
100%. 100%. So I met fucking Peacock. No, I met my closest friends. No, I met my closest friends here, like in Southern California through Peacock. He came down from Arizona for a gig to do a Shakespeare, some fucking bullshit theater thing for like 2 months or 3 months. So he lived with me and was doing this fucking theater thing, but got a gig as a waiter, busser or something, whatever, at a nice restaurant downtown. And through him, I would go down and like, yeah, I'll just sit at the bar after you're closed and I'll wait for you to get off. And I would just drink at the bar as a homie of a homie. And they would serve me like, yeah, you can keep drinking and just wait till the Peacock gets off. And I met all my people through there. It was the restaurant life that I met through him, because my good buddy, Creepy West, like that dude showed me the restaurant life. He grew up in restaurant life. Like his family owned a restaurant where he started working at like 10 and then worked all the way through, or like just was a as a teenager was a manager and all the way up, and then all the way through life as a restaurant manager or waiter and all this shit. It was, yeah. I never worked restaurant. I was a dishwasher at Caro's once, doing the night shift from like 8 p.m. till 4 or 3, something with the overnight crazy shift.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a restaurant. It was just like, oh, you're gonna have the opportunity to do speed with the cook.
Right.
Like that's what that is. And at that point, like, no, I'm just gonna smoke a lot of cigarettes and drink Dr. Pepper.
Right.
But yeah, no, the restaurant life, man.
The back of house. That's where the things happen that the bear even talks about. Like it's just like, oh, okay, that was a part of the culture for so long, and that just brought us into the industry, and how you can have so many positive experiences and make such lifelong friends with people in the industry.
The culture,
but the industry also has a spiral, like Hollywood, right?
Right. No, yeah, no. The people who I knew in the kitchen who worked back of house kitchen, like, oh, the amount of pans or knives that were thrown, that like screaming or like fist fights or whatever, like
grams of whatever you
was
want, doing speed
right.
with the chef, right? It's like, yeah, it's the seedy end of something that people, it's behind the curtain, it's back of house, it's
right.
what people don't see.
Right. And I mean, I'll be honest, John, there's something sexy about that. That's why I live my life. It's for the people
in the back of house.
No, it's for the people. It's just for the children and for the people.
Well, that's why you go to the kids section of the library, the public library.
Yeah, no, it's like robot hands across my neck. It's like it's for the culture. You know what I mean? It's like it's a nonprofit. It's a 501c3, John, and what we're doing here is going to make a difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, you think it.
Oh my God, Pete, you just gave a whole new meaning to Amber Alert, didn't you?
Wah, 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 wah. Balls at 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock.
I'm just saying, in accordance with Megan's Law, I should not answer that question, but I'm going to go ahead and pop some packets.
Right up.
Problem is, I'm always a large spoon. And then I'm the large penetration and the large widening things. Oh, I'm so wide and just where why always widen me up? I mean, it's a can someone else put the work on me?
Tribulation.
I'm tired of stretching all these things out.
My boy Pete, so we only got about 10 minutes left, 11 minutes, and we've only gone through 3 messages of those 30. Just throwing that out for you.
John, hey bud, I know, but you are the one on the hard out, and you're just trying to play messages. I'm trying to have a conversation with you and talk to people who are leaving messages. Okay. If you want me to just run through a bunch of messages and not talk, that'd be great. John, I'm not sure what your life choices have led you to at this point, but I'm sure that your mother's going to be very upset when she finds out that you chose to end it like this, right? And I'm going to be sure to let her know, just so you know.
Kind of you.
F Square was talking about being the big spoon. Why you always got to be the widener? Why you always got to be the big guy? Why you got to be doing the thing, like, right?
Stretching those things out. Yeah, right.
No, sometimes like you're like, can I take a shit on your chest? Like you're always saying yes. Like sometimes I want to take a shit on someone else's chest. You know what I mean?
Huh. I didn't really think of it that way.
Yeah, it's just sometimes you got to get underneath the glass coffee table instead of just standing over it in a squatting position. John, that the worst.
You see, and that's why I have a dog. He doesn't charge me $80 an hour because I will feel like I'm vulnerable and want to snuggle while I'm watching TV. Dude, you're doing it wrong. Just, you're doing it wrong.
You should read Hunter Thompson's epic poem, Screwjack. It's one of his later works, like not too late, like 2007 to 2010. Screwjack, fantastic.
Yeah. Screwjack, that's the one about where they're honking boobs, right?
Funneling the cat. It's a different euphemism.
Oh yeah. Same difference. Yeah, 6 of one, a baker's dozen of the other. Fair enough.
Oh yeah, Sleepy Wonder. He's not kidding, man. It's called like 13 stepping someone when you go to a meeting just to get laid, right? Because you don't smoke, you don't drink. What do you do? I blow a lot of pole.
I'm just looking for a long-term relationship, somewhere I can set roots down, or at least a rail a pipe.
I'm telling you, you got a paper done. You don't want to hook up with that AA, man. Yeah, that's just the euphoria, the addictions, especially because there's an addiction there. Like people get addicted to each other. Oh boy. I mean, yeah, it'll be fun for a while, but that's
Buddhism.
That just is definitely a different sitch, and
bro,
it's like a twin flame thing, but then the fire burns hot and it burns quick and it burns out, and
bro,
just as much as it's a passion, it just goes away real
bro.
Quick. And
bro,
congratulations on being sober, and continue on your path, and bless you on that.
Oh, I feel super bad. I feel super bad. I was like, talking to me? Like, no, man. No. That's codependency. But just living life fully 100% is a different pattern. But like, no, he wasn't talking. He was talking sleeps.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, yeah.
He was.
Sorry.
The whole time.
John, so one of my shortcomings in life is I think the world revolves around me. I'm kind of like the sun. Here's the deal. And I see everyone else as Uranus. That's not true.
You're more sun in the morning, I would feel.
I'm more like a Disney bird who's gonna thread a cloak together for a ball in the evening, but then get pissed and take it away if you don't act right. It's not me, it's your fairy godmother. I'm just a goddamn bird. What are you gonna do?
Not the Disney bird that
Nah, don't feel weird, Pete. What the I done been to AA a couple of times. My first time was my very first DUI. And I know sometimes we go through certain things where we feel like we just want to belong, so, or we just want to thong. Oh, yo, I can't talk no more about it, but don't feel weird about me sharing my AA experiences. I got just as many AA, NA experiences. I was in a cult, my dude, for like a couple months, but I mean, dude, I have a lot of experiences in the free world I could share with you. Let's go.
I'm going to let you know right now, if everything is going according to plan, you might be in one right now. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. That's right. We have meetings at 4 a.m. Greenwich Sandwich Time if you're across the pond. 9 p.m. doesn't mean a thing to us anymore because Mountain Standard Time has come back to the fold. That's right. Yay, those who walk in the shadow of the valley of the weird time zone, come unto me. We will complete thee. Come on, John, you get it. You're so used to being quiet, you're not sure how to.
No, I'm not
You're
fully.
just.
No, I know I'm not muted. I'm just like, huh.
No, I know you do a lot of miming. Like the whole thing of your radio presence is
the highest form of art.
Right. No, I believe you're thinking magic, mime. Oh no, where's he going? He's in the basement? Oh no. His fucking quads are burning. You're an idiot. You're a fucking idiot. I love you so much, but you must be destroyed, right? The thing is, you're like Gozer, the Keymaster, and I feel like we must destroy you, Gozer the Gozerian. I don't know. I am. What is, no, it's not Lothar. Lothar is Lothar of the hill people, of the tree people. Lothar and the tree people. I am the keymaster. What is his name? Hi, I am the keymaster.
Gatekeeper.
Right, but he's like, it was like the keymaster, the gatekeeper, and then Gozer the Gozerian.
Right.
Those are the keymaster and the gatekeeper didn't have names. Okay, I need to go back and watch it, folks. I am the keymaster. Are you the gatekeeper?
Are you a god?
John, fair enough. I mean, I play one on Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. Folks, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your parole officer. We'll be here next week.
Fun fact about daylight savings time is on the 2 days the year that you switch forward or backwards, you are more likely to be in an accident, whether it be on the road or at work or even at home, because of the thing it does to your circadian rhythm, and then your lack of sleep and your shifting of all of these weird ass gears that you shouldn't have to fucking do, because what the fuck? Farmers, go to bed early or get up early. Come on, man. Seriously, do we have to have this conversation? Anyways, statistically speaking, those 2 days, there are way more accidents.
Mainly on the fallback because you lose the hour.
And heart attacks.
It's
On both ends.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Get rid of it.
And fall.
100%. There's more often murders in the library with the lead pipe, more often than not in the 48 hours following said change. And a lot of people are pointing fingers at Professor Plum. I don't know. I'm just repeating what I'm hearing.
Yeah, we talked about it in depth, but self-harm is also a spike in the 48 hours on both ends.
Jesus, John. Hey, my dog got hit by a car like 7 years ago. You want to bring that up? In the name of everything good and pure, I rebuke thee.
Your days, heydays, days of future past. I was just like, Sunday, Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. There's no one cooler than the Fonz. Give me the double thumbs up. Slap your legs. Thumbs up. Come on, you guys want to do it. Go ahead.
Hey. Oh, are you not a crook? I believe you are. John, here's the deal. I believe this is the episode where we jumped the shark. Because you did not give the thumbs up when a simple request, a simple just be the Fonz. And you're like, I refuse. Everything about Henry Winkler is an affront to me and what I stand for and my lack of buttons in my life. And I feel like your life choices and what you stand for are fleeting and faulting and full of holes as much as the Swiss and their army knives. Nope, they're cheeses. I knew I was gonna fuck with the Swiss subway, but I wasn't sure how. Hey, come on, John. Hey, come on. At least fucking get the jukebox behind you with your elbow. Hey. Nope, that's a lava lamp. We're never gonna make any progress.
Meatloaf, Paradise by the Dashboard Light. Bet. Sign me up.
Yeah.
No, what I was saying, we need that harmonica, bruh. Yeah, when we gonna hear that harmonica, Peacock S. Prescott? I want to hear some straight blues traveler type shit.
John, if you could gain 60 pounds, you could get out of the draft and also go on tour with Blues Traveler. Speaking of harmonica. Oh, see what I did there? Oh, this guy gets it.
There's a problem about my boy Pete. He thinks the world revolves around him because he lives in fucking California.
Bring it.
That's mentality. It's all about me. It's all about me. Well, don't worry about my boy Pete. It's all about Esquire. So, to let you know,
it's story of my life.
Hey guys, I had to go masturbate, but I'm back. What did I miss? I'm just kidding.
I'd say with every shot so far. Oh, this guy and his cum. Am I right, John? Sorry, John apparently tunes out.
This guy and his what?
I really do.
Come, John. He made a masturbation joke. Come on, John.
But do you think he was connecting the two? He was saying, "What did I miss with my masturbation?" Or what? Or I went to go masturbate in another room because that's what he said. What did I miss on the show?
That's why it's funny, because when someone says, "Hey, I'm back. Did you miss me?" Well, with every shot so far, the irony, John, it's a funny gag when you juxtapose the two ideas and the thoughts, the understandings of a concept.
Mm-hmm.
So when he said, "What did I miss?" after he lent the idea of masturbation, it's like walking a kindergartner through a jack-off joke. And I've done it many a time. Folks, here's the deal. No child left behind in the jack-off jokes. And that's what I base my master thesis on. John, if I'm going to be an educationist, I mean a constitutional, John, if I'm going to get shit done, here's where it's going to start. Ready?
Yeah.
Who's up first? Fair enough.
All right. Moment of truth. John L. Peacock Prescott Esquire. You're never gonna play the harmonica live here on this stage.
I already have.
All right. Let's hang it up.
Not
There
this,
is no
not this
harmonica.
episode, 'cause my boy Pete won't want it.
There
but I've
is
done it several
no
times.
legend of the peacock. Hang it up, John, or break it out now. Let's go.
You son
I know
bitch.
this speech was not as monumental as the last one, but the last one didn't even work, so let's go.
You son bitch. You son bitch. Why you got to bring that shit to the table?
We all know what he's capable of, and it's terror on a social level.
It's a specific type of horror that you only see in the movies. Have you ever watched an 80s movie and there's a bully who has a sweater that's wrapped around his shoulders. That's the equivalent of John not wearing buttons and holding a harmonica.
Like
and
a
folks,
Soch? Like a Soch in The Outsiders?
John, we don't have time to stop and pick you up along the way. The bandwagon is moving along very quickly, and we are not slowing down. So right now, what I'm talking about is you're more like
Pony Boy?
fuck you and the Outsiders, John. Here's the deal. Number one, I had a little brain fart, but that's not either here nor there. Like right, you're one of the Sigma Deltas from Revenge of the Nerds. You're one of the you're
right, yeah, right.
No, fuck your. You know what? I would say stay golden, John, but I don't believe you were ever there, John.
The real rich people from Caddyshack.
All right, $20 as he eats it.
$6 in my love nuts. Say we're not landing in Chicago tonight.
Yeah. You guys, if you've never traveled with a fucking Oompa band in a U-Haul, you haven't goddamn lived at the holidays. I'll let you know right now. Jesus, John. All right, fair enough. Well, bud, we've had our ups, we've had our downs, we've had our laughs, we've had our frowns. It's been a two sides of a Tuesday, and you're running away. I believe, as you say, to squalor. How much did you pay her?
Squall her? I hardly know her.
Oh, I thought that was a dancer from down at the club. $400 and Squalor came home with me. Ooh, yeah.
No, that was Depression.
You're a classy act. You're a fucking real high stepper, John. That's what we like about you. Taste like a fucking aficionado. Your house smells of stripper and rich Corinthian leather. We like that. You're going to go far around here, my friend.
Well, I do like the two sides of things, one way or another.
We're going to get there.
You want to shop?
Come hell or high water, none shall pass.
Fly, you fools. Fly, you fools.
All right, folks, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, you are the best. We expected the worst, but goddamn it, you surprised us again. Thanks to you. No help from us. We've made it through yet another two-sided show. Folks, if you like what you heard, if you can't believe what you've understood, if you don't know why we're still here, well, God damn it, neither do we. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your parole officer. We don't believe in enunciation. Cheers, Sean.
You're welcome for all of that.
God damn it, John. It's not me, it's the marbles. Nope. All right, everybody. Cheers.